Now listen here, Brian. Brian, I'm talking directly to you, Brian. Listen, Brian.
Listen up, Brian.
Only Brian. Unless you're a Brian who's not a part of the Bryans, in which case, what are you even doing?
All Brians and future Brians.
Every Brian, everybody who listens to this podcast and has children, you name them Brian.
Yep.
That is a direct command from the two commanders-in-chief. One of them can't find his way off a stage, and the other one's the greatest comedian that's ever lived.
I think Trump's going to be president.
I think Trump's going to be president, 100%. And he, not going to jail.
No.
President again.
Maybe all of his kids will go to jail.
Yeah, but that's the sacrifice you got to make to be the forever president.
Yeah. You gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet.
But is Barron old enough that we can start making fun of him now?
Ooh.
Because remember that was a big thing in the media where they were like, no, come on, guys. He's like 13. That's not really fair. And they were all like, fine, we'll wait until he's old enough for us to talk about his genetics.
But then we're going to make fun of him.
But then we're going to be 10 times as hard on Barron as we were on Eric and Don Jr.
Yes. But here's the more important and more difficult question. And this isn't really a question of age. As far as...
It's about consent.
Sort of. Because it's not a question of the kid being old enough, but are we mean enough that we can now make fun of Sarah Palin's mentally disabled grandchild?
Oh!
That she says is her daughter because her actual daughter
was like
is a little slut.
Yeah.
Who had a child before she hit puberty somehow.
Well, it is Alaska. And Alaska doesn't get enough credit for just how scummy of a state it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's so concerned about the South.
Yeah.
That they don't even look north.
Well, who's gonna think? But yeah, it's like icy Florida.
It is icy Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how old's the kid.
Well, that's the thing, because it doesn't matter if the kid is 4 or 26. It's a matter of if you're willing to do it.
Well, if there's one podcast out there that is not only an OG member of the Israel or the Bad Guys syndicate or whatever we want to call it.
I don't know if we should call it a syndicate.
We're also the first podcast on record that thinks if you can't make fun of one thing, then you can't make fun of anything.
Anything.
So Sarah Palin's mentally challenged
secret granddaughter,
secret grandson,
son, daughter, son. Let's
no,
look it up.
I think it's daughter.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm gonna look it up.
So you're saying noted center left podcast, the worst year of our lives.
Ups and downs on
is
apparently
on son. Okay.
So he was 4 in 2012.
So 15.
So we're fine.
We're fine. We're
also,
good.
His name is Trig.
His name is Trig. That's fun.
Trig.
I think, now this is just me.
Okay.
Maybe it's just me.
This doesn't represent the entire podcast, except for it does represent the entire podcast.
Maybe it's just me, but for me,
yeah,
I think it's really mean to name a kid after a branch of math that he'll never be able to do.
That is a nerdy ass joke, but it's great.
I'm very happy with it. I am okay ending the podcast on it. You want to call it?
4 minutes? Done. Done.
Don't we deserve an easy workday one time?
What if I told you Trig Palin has an Instagram page and I'm looking at it right now?
I don't think you should be looking at it. I don't think this is the route.
Trig Palin.
I don't think this is the route this episode should be taking.
Well,
I think this is
good news.
Cruising for a bruising.
Good news, you're not in charge. I'm the captain now.
Uh-oh.
And this captain says we're looking up Sarah Palin's mentally challenged grandson.
I do like that you went to the trouble of going full blackface to tell me that you're the captain now.
I mean, the captain...
Well, he doesn't carry the same weight if a white guy says it.
A white guy doing a Somali accent saying, look at me. I am the captain now. Here's a video of her... dancing with him.
Yeah, I don't think we should... Oh, boy. Boy.
Should we rescind our previous comments and re-record the first 5 minutes, but then also just leave those 5 minutes in?
I think we should do that.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to the Worst Year of Our Lives podcast. Thanks for tuning in to this episode.
I hope you enjoyed the members only pre-show.
Members only pre-show.
Oh man, I on Drunken Peasants.
Brag.
Huge brag. Ben, like he releases the whole thing on audio on Spotify, but on the audio part includes from the beginning of the Skype call before the actual show goes on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And I completely wasted my best joke of the next 2.5 hours.
That sucks.
On the pre-show. So I pretty much spent the actual show just saying, listen to the audio. Just forget this.
Don't even worry about what you're looking at right now.
Just find this on Spotify. Listen to the first 3 minutes and turn it off.
That's like I used my best joke of the day off pod earlier when you were talking about Nicole Matthews and you said not a lot of people can have a Scott Henson Emmy Sakura wrestling weekend, and I said you're the Haley's Comet of wrestling.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Before we get to we got so many things to talk about.
Do you want to hear the joke?
You're gonna just reuse material on this pod?
I'm not going to tell a joke. I'm going to tell it like I'm explaining the joke I told.
I'll allow it.
It's a revisiting. It's Brideshead Revisited.
Okay.
Is that a play?
I sure.
I think so.
I'm uneducated swine, so I don't know.
I have no culture. So there's
is it Cat on a Hot Tin Roof? Is that a play?
That is a play.
Yeah.
He's with the cats with the fiddler.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fiddler's diddling the cat on the roof.
Yeah.
And it's hot.
And made a 10. So Ben has a picture he really likes that he sends me regularly.
Okay.
It's a kid with a library book.
Okay.
On a certain type of bug. Latin name.
On a bug?
On a type of bug.
Sitting on a bug.
No, it's a kid with a book.
Oh, the book is about
a certain type of bug.
Gotcha.
Formal name, Trombiculidae.
Okay.
Colloquially, chiggers.
Oh, I've seen that.
And the library sticker is unfortunately placed.
I think he showed the picture to me once.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, because it's it's his favorite thing. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
He has definitely shown me this picture before.
So anyway, you know where that's going. So and Ben was of course showing Asterios
Sure.
because Ben shows everyone that picture. It's his favorite picture.
Of course.
And we all had a good laugh and good times were had. But I was saying to Asterios, even without the sticker, I don't think we're even supposed to call them that. I thought we called them Blasians now. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a good joke.
That's a great joke.
That's a good joke.
That is a great joke. I love it. I love combining the two racist terms.
Yeah.
And just making a new racist term.
And not getting in trouble.
No, because it doesn't sound...
It's not either one.
Yeah.
It's both, but somehow not as bad.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, I agree.
Let's do another one. What about a gay guy from Israel?
Okay.
Kaget? Can't get mad at me.
You can't. It's not anything.
It's not anything.
YouTube, you cannot demonetize
you can't do
this
it.
episode.
I dare you.
There's nothing wrong
Actually, no,
with that.
don't
accept that.
You'll take the dare. I know you'll take the dare.
You'll take the dare, you'll run with it.
But just don't.
You'll take it there and you run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is an excellent joke. I made what I thought was a very funny joke, but I had to ask Scott if it was okay to post on Twitter.
I'm glad you did. It's okay.
And it has not gotten the steam I wanted it to get.
Maybe I didn't know you had actually made it, so I recently retweeted it. Hopefully it's got a little more love. Let me see.
My phone's charging, so I can't even look.
12,000 likes. Is that a lot for you, or
that's a significant
is that average?
Significant drop from normal, but
not my norm.
I had hypothesized that
I think you got another retweet.
The United States of America's government.
First of all, I don't want to. I think this is less a joke than it is a brilliant observation.
An observation, or a very, very funny take on conspiracy theories in America.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
That the United States of America government somehow managed to convince Taylor Swift and the National Football League to collab.
Yeah.
And putting the only thing that white women like more than making something about themselves by making Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, either they're actually dating or it's all just a facade.
Doesn't matter.
That way, all of the white women's attention would be on... Because if there's one thing I know about white women, there's three things I know about white women.
There's three things I know about white women.
They love to make things that aren't about them.
Yes.
They love having sex with dogs.
Yep.
And they love Taylor Swift.
All those are three true things.
And they love relationship stuff involving Taylor Swift.
Yes. Who doesn't?
So if you can
ask Maddie Healy.
John Mayer.
Yeah.
Another guy. If you can get all of the white women's focus on what Taylor Swift is doing, so they don't take over.
They will not hijack Israel.
The atrocities that are happening in the Gaza Strip, like they did with Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Then the American government can just let Israel do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to even bat an eyelash.
I think you're
Do you
really onto
remember
something.
how many of the white women like on Instagram and TikTok were like painting their face with like the logos for Black Lives Matter with like tape over their mouths, and they would just like light it, and it became like this whole fucking thing.
It was disgusting.
And it's like it's so funny that they took
I know
it over.
Black Lives Matter, but also like white women matter.
But white women and black women are like the same. So like when you're saying Black Lives Matter, it's actually women's lives matter.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and what women are more important women than white women? So it's actually white women's lives matter.
100%.
Who is more oppressed than white women? Nobody in the history of time.
No.
Who you can't swing a dead cat in this town without...
I don't know where you're going with this. I don't like dead cats.
Without hitting a cop who has murdered a white woman.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate.
I don't like that turn of phrase
I would say
either.
the number one killer of white women in America
Cops.
is the police.
Has one been killed ever?
No.
No.
No. Because even if they were like serial killers, they still give them Burger King and then take them to jail.
Yeah, this like Eileen Wuornos is alive and well.
That's where I was going. Yeah.
And she was a monster.
Is she alive?
Don't know. I think she's dead, actually.
All right, possible? No, I think they killed her. I think they...
Oh, did they kill her? They fry her?
I think they fried her fucking brains.
I'm okay with that, too. How's Eileen? We need our weekly Eileen Wuornos checkup. New segment on the pod.
That's like the what was it? Is Teddy Hart in jail?
Is Teddy Hart in jail?
Twitter account.
Is JTG still employed?
Yeah. Oh, what's the new one? Do you want to tell everybody the new one?
The new one I sent you and have already forgotten. Drew, my brain is not fantastic.
How long has it been since a certain someone has had a match?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I still don't remember, but but yeah, that sounds like the right thing. Who was it? Who's the thing I sent?
Loomis.
Dexter Loomis. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna quote certain Nick Mullen of another well-known center left podcast, the Adam Freeland Show, and because I feel in the same. Well, one, he's my best friend, so we connect on a lot of things. But I feel in the same boat as when he said, I think I have some kind of neurological disorder, or I'm just an idiot who's over 35. Like, it's basically the same thing.
Not only is she dead, she's been dead for a long ass time.
Did they fry her brains out?
They executed her by lethal injection in 2002.
They give her a handspring diamond cutter. That's a great wrestling joke. Anyone else? Probably not on board.
Over everyone's head.
Yeah, but real nice wrestling joke. Back-to-back strong pods.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah, she's long fucking dead. 6 counts of first-degree murder, 6 death sentences is what she got.
Did they kill her 6 times?
They killed her 6 times. They brought her back to life, killed her again.
They should do it 6 different ways. I spilled water all over myself.
Funny stuff.
Look at this.
Oh yeah, look at you.
Yeah.
You're a little pig. You're a little pig.
You're a little fat girl.
You're a little fat girl, aren't you? Say
no.
it. Say it!
I'm a little fat girl.
I remember watching this movie. I'd never seen it before, and I watched it with a girlfriend at the time, Bragg, who was, I don't know, maybe like a little bit more conservative than me, but not like conservative. And I didn't know. I knew the story. I didn't know the movie, but the scene in the back of the car where she gets assaulted with the pipe.
Yep.
And I didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
And
your girlfriend got mad you
and
beat off?
She was so mad that I was rock hard.
I'm sorry I stepped on it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry. We were
That
both
was
going...
like the thing that somebody sent us about cutting off what we're talking about because of the joke, but the joke is totally worth it or something, whatever it was.
I think that was from UV.
Yeah,
yeah. What was it? It was perfect. I'm like, oh, this is our podcast.
The podcast, yeah, it's a podcast.
Where's the pick? There it is. When your joke ruins a conversation, but you know it was amazing.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's 100% this podcast. Oh man, we got so off track there. I was gonna say before we get into all the things we have to get into, we got a lot to get to.
Yeah,
and by that I mean we don't actually have a lot to get to. We have a little bit.
We may have to go over our regular 60 minutes for the pod today.
That's gonna be tough, but yeah, we're going to. So this episode is being recorded live today at my house, and then you're hearing it live today, the day you're hearing it,
Monday.
If
you're doing it right. No latecomers. I might start. What do you think about
early
this?
Comers?
Early comers get to hear it on Sunday, and that actually reminds me I should read the members in a sec.
Yes.
But
that was me giving you a segue.
It's very good. I think I might
implying people who come prematurely.
Certainly.
But, sometimes I have a hard time not coming.
I'm coming right now and loving it. What the hell was? Oh yeah, I think I might start taking the pod down on Monday night.
Oh,
you get it Monday or you don't get it.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, but I'm behind on the boat. Well, catch up, pal. All right.
How are you going to know any of the important
One more time. We'll get a clean take and
swallow.
3, 2, 1. Action.
How are you going to get any of the important information from us about what amounts of money you need to give us if you're not caught up on the podcast?
Exactly.
If you still think that Scott needs that first computer and we haven't already moved on to the second computer, how are you even going to know that? Unless you're caught up on the podcast.
Exactly.
Listen to it the day of. Stop what you're doing. Listen to it the day of. And then you can give us money the next day.
Yeah. Your Monday is pod day now.
Yeah. And Tuesday is give us money day.
Tuesdays give us money day. PayPal.me/NotScottHanson. Also, PayPal.me/SarianSoftpaws. Are you gonna get the boots?
I am.
You are.
I am getting the boots.
Do you have them now? Have you been wearing them all day and I didn't notice? Because if so, that's on me and I was rude and I'm sorry.
I don't like that you're not looking at my beans enough.
I should be looking at your beans more. And that's a failing on my part.
Yeah, I honestly just haven't done the measurements of my feet yet, which I will do.
You want to do them today? You want to do foot stuff today?
Not with you.
Okay.
That's a private matter. That's a personal after hours call I'd like to make. That doesn't involve you. Yeah. So this week, we're recording. If you're not listening to it on Monday, you don't get to listen to it at all.
Correct.
Next week.
Monday midnight, go fuck yourself.
Next week.
Oh yeah, we got stuff going on.
On Friday next week, Scott and I will be defending our SOS World Tiger Tournaments in Tacoma, Washington, as we usually do.
As we are wont to do.
We have a very special guest who is coming in to do a thing involved, or should we just say what it is?
I think just say the thing.
So
I think why be coy?
Noted man and Coyote, who performs our entrance theme, Mr. Pepper Coyote.
Yep. International recording artist who got very excited when I called him that on Twitter.
Nice.
He's like, I don't think I've ever been called that before. I like it.
Well, he is. He will be live in Tacoma to perform our theme song on the way to the ring, where he will be involved in our entrance.
Yep.
And we figured, since Pepper is our friend, and he's coming to Tacoma to do our theme music,
the least we could do,
and he's going to be there for the weekend, we should probably hang out with Pepper in Tacoma.
Yeah.
And since we have to record a podcast next week, why not record one with Pepper.
Makes sense to me.
So next week's episode, we'll have a special guest where we'll have a different dog creature that's not Kelly. And then when we come home, he's going to smell the scent on us and he's going to attack us.
Oh, he's going to get mad.
He's going to be bitey.
I didn't think about
Next
that, but
week,
yeah.
Kelly will be very bitey.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to watch that.
So if you're a fan of Pepper or you know someone who's a fan of Pepper, you should probably, 1, follow them on social media.
Yeah.
And 2, let them know that Pepper will be on our podcast.
Yeah.
We have no topics in mind.
Should we give him a bunch of homework? Should we make him watch 2 James Bond movies?
Oh, that would be pretty funny.
We
can mention it to him.
I'll ask him if he has time.
Do you want to do something or do you want to just have
Or do you
fun?
want to just fuck around? Yeah.
Because watching those movies is not fun. So yes, next week's episode will feature the first appearance by one Pepper Coyote.
Yeah. So check it out. And even if you don't know him, he's a delight. So
he is a delight.
And he's very tall. So when you're listening, remember that he's tall.
Yes. We learned a very funny thing last SOS show. So the guy who is in charge of the company and booking, let's call him for the sake of this podcast, Drew.
But not you.
Good Drew.
Yeah, Drew Prime.
When we had brought up about that Pepper was coming, because we let him know in advance and stuff.
I know where this is going.
And we were talking to him like, this is like away from the show, and he said, "Yeah, the first time you guys
because Pepper wanted to do in addition to just doing Andrews, he wanted to do something in intermission or before the show, so we could get some more songs out there,
which sell some merch, have people listen to his music.
Which when we brought that up was met with kind of indifference at best.
Yeah.
And didn't happen.
And didn't happen. Yeah. And then so what happened was Drew went to Spotify, I assume, and looked up
Pepper's number one song.
And Pepper's number one song. And so he heard it, and he was kind of like, I don't know if I should let this guy perform in the thing. But then, I don't know, I guess he obviously changed his mind or whatever.
Well, yeah, after he met him and he did his song, and
realized that Pepper doesn't sing that song just for anybody.
Yeah.
That's a very special song for a very special group of people who can't make eye contact and are immunocompromised. Because Pepper's number one song is "There's No Cock Like Horse Cock."
Send your asshole into shock.
So Drew was very hestant, but then that he met him, and
he's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. Oh, he's not a creep who's gonna sing that song. Okay, it's fine. But that was a very funny revelation for us, because we had no idea that was even in Drew's head.
Yeah, because I'm like, would it be that hard for it? I'm like, can he logistically not do it? I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure you plug 1 or 2 things in and he's good to go. Yeah. So I'm like, why is this such an issue? I'm like, oh, because you didn't want him to because of "There's No Cock Like Horse Cock." I understand.
Yeah. Did you mention to Craig that we're going to be there?
I did not mention to Craig.
But you should.
Should I?
Didn't you say you were going to?
Who's Craig?
From fucking Wrestling Observer.
Oh. Craig Pro.
Yeah, because you said last time you're like,
I haven't, but I will today.
I mean, you should just mention it to all 3 of them, but then the other 2 aren't going to come.
The only one who
at least you can mention it to them, and then maybe they'll be like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah. The only one I'll hear back from is Craig.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like, who do we have a Craig? Yeah,
big
Craig.
Fat Craig. a
different big fat Craig. I hope that Craig isn't listening to this podcast.
Nah.
No, he's not. I don't think he listens.
I hope the other one that we don't like is though.
Sure. Who gives a shit?
He's not. Yeah. So that takes care of that.
Yeah. Did you know that as of right now, the YouTube has 3,333 subscribers?
Sick.
Yeah.
How many of those are paying members that have the cool little emojis and
24. So
is that less?
No,
is that more? That's the number we always have. I feel like it's been a while since we've gone over.
It's been hanging around 23, 24, but has not gone down.
Oh, okay.
Thankfully.
How many of them are Brian's?
Most.
We started off with the podcast with Brian's. Now we're going back to the Brian's.
Yeah.
The Brian content.
Yeah, but by my count, that leaves 3,009 of you who are doing it wrong.
But do you think those are people that have subscribed, back when for wrestling?
That subscribed
and then
to
just have never gone back to your page since then?
Yeah, that subscribed in July 2006 when I opened my YouTube account.
Very possible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how that many people can be subscribed and not be subscribed, you know?
But no, I'd say because until we started doing this pod, I didn't have many subscribers. I had a few hundred.
Right. They were mostly bot accounts from Russia?
Yes. Yeah. So, and we have a recent subscriber, not member, with over 1 million subs themselves. So, thanks to Caroline
In the city?
in the city.
Wow. We got her.
Caroline Konstnar.
We finally got Leah Thompson.
We got her. So, yeah.
One of my first crushes ever.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Her and Laura Dern were like my 1 and 2.
Did you have fantasies about her
being my mom?
being your mom and going back in time and fucking her?
No, because she's too old to be my mom then. Because that was the 50s. And my mom wasn't born until the 60s. So it made timeline doesn't.
It made
work
the
out.
fantasy impossible.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
I do like that YouTube tells you like your newest subscribers by how famous they are.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, like it lists them in terms of how many subs they have.
Hey, listen, this really popular YouTuber is listening to your channel.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what?
Yeah. So hey, Caroline, if you're listening, juice us up.
Give us the juice.
Give us that juice.
Yeah. Support us, and we promise we'll support you.
Drew's doing a wink, but that's okay. Give us 1/10 of your subscribers. Then we have 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah. What do you need all of them for?
Then we can get out of this.
You don't need that many.
We can get out of this 2-bit town.
You wouldn't even know how to spend
You
that.
can keep them. Just also give them to us.
That's
it's like torrents. It's like the only funny thing Mindy Kaling ever said. the you wouldn't steal a car, would you, ads? Well, actually, I would steal a car if all I had to do was touch the car and then 30 seconds later I owned the car. And I would steal a car if when I stole the car, the person who owned the car also got to keep the car.
Yeah.
And I would steal a car if no one I know had ever paid for a car before in their lives.
That is pretty funny.
That's a good
funny.
bit.
That's a good joke. That's a good bit.
Yeah, Mindy Kaling, who I lose more and more respect for every passing year.
Well, especially this previous year where we were forced to watch Velma.
Yep. Thanks for that.
Fuck, that show was awful.
Yep. But you know who's not awful? Sick segue, Scott. You're welcome.
I was just about to say, I was trying to segue you back into it, but you've already done it yourself.
I'm on it. Oh, we got it.
Sometimes you're a professional.
We're so close to getting some 12-month fat hogs.
Nice.
We got a chunk of 11s.
That's some good chunks.
Yeah. A couple.
Have we really been doing them?
We've been doing we've been doing memberships for 11 months.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
So, who am I thanking? Martin Hill, Olivia/YMS Highlights, Kiroku Bandit, Brock, of course, Vicious Cabaret, Limp Bizkit Dreamcast, Tachyon, Scott Campbell, Pseudo Scott, Sonics, Here I Am, who is, of course, a Brian. Caffey. Anything going on with Caffey?
We're going to talk about Cappy once you're done all this.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about Cappy for an hour.
Joe Stewatin, Dry Juice, Final Douglas, Brian Silverman, Jimbo Jones, Brian Palmer, and after that, every name you hear henceforth is less than 1 month away from receiving their 12-month fat hog, who is bursting out of the 10 by 10 pixel frame. Tommy, Eve, Caraxa, Maddie, Zach, Non-Creep Brandon.
For now.
Nick S.
Nick.
You're the ones. Keep it up.
Keep doing the Lord's work. Which Lord?
Allah.
Should we be making that joke in this current climate?
Now more than ever.
Okay, good.
He needs all the support he can get.
You know what? He really does.
He's getting beaten down by Abraham right now. Poor fucker.
Oh, I like this. I'm looking at the badges right now. They're pretty great.
They're good.
They're pretty great.
Yeah. But yeah, if you think your 6 through 11 month one is fat, just you wait, pal.
Just
you wait a couple of short weeks, and then game on.
You're almost there.
And thank you for doing those, Caraxa.
Absolutely.
Now, anyone,
Caraxa is the best.
Any other of those members I just mentioned that you would like to discuss?
I'll mention those members. There's a certain member, and then also non-member. Or what? one non-member who also was a great help to the Buy Me Boots. Justin Gronkowski.
Justin Gronkowski.
As well as noted non-creep Brandon.
Hell yeah.
You guys were major contributors. And,
Yep.
And then...
And thank you for either next week or 2 weeks from now, Weretib for
Yep.
2 James Bond movies, which I believe completes the... No, there's one more Roger Moore after
There's
that.
one more Roger Moore after that.
Yeah. But two more Bonds.
Moores.
Yeah.
I'm Kathy, who I could dox you on the pod because I know your legal government first name, last name, home mailing address, and I almost said postal code. But
I tried to dox Kathy in a cameo, but apparently using Kathy's address from PayPal. But apparently that's not like his accurate address.
Well, I got it in the kitchen.
You got the real
written
one.
down in a box. Yeah, Kathy, man, you delivered on the Amazon.com wish list to the point where
I was gonna say, what did he get you? Like a Blu-ray or something?
He got me 2.
Yeah,
plus another 12.
He got you 14 motherfucking Blu-rays.
But the funniest part was, Kathy, you did the same thing I would have done, which was you bought a bunch.
Yeah.
You got the box to ship them in, and you're like, there's a little bit of space in this box.
I gotta fill this box.
This box isn't quite full.
Yeah.
And then you ordered some more. So
that's how to do it.
The stack of movies is mostly right here.
Nice.
Although I did buy myself a nice $23 4K Ultra HD Vanilla Sky. But the rest of that is the one I'm most happy about getting is Jinro.
Oh, nice.
Because it was like $58 Canadian.
Jesus.
Or like $20 American. So that one I'm pretty psyched about. But yeah, I got like some good... quite a few of the anime variety.
Nice.
The I can show you.
I insist. Live unboxing.
Except for they've already been unboxed.
Shh.
Showgirls, which I've never seen.
Yes.
Synecdoche, New York, which you've told me a million times. Fucking watch the
probably
movie.
See.
Wolf Children.
Nice.
Which Kelly has told me is not enough wolf, but I'm fine with it.
There's some wolf. It's like there's decent TF in it.
Boy and the Beast.
Same director as Wolf Children, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't seen Boy and the Beast doesn't have TF but has animal people, right?
Man Who's a Beast.
What more could you ask for?
After Yang.
Nice. That's when Andrew Yang pulled out of the presidential race. Yeah. Great joke, Scott. You're welcome.
Jinro.
Yeah.
Lamb.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't have Lamb.
Hero. Metropolis.
Ooh. Japanese, not
Japanese,
German.
not
different Axis Metropolis.
Yeah. 1990s and not 1920s.
Yeah. Maybe 2000, 2001.
Okay.
Yeah. Pre 9/11.
Well, I didn't have Lamb because it never got released in Canada.
Oh, really?
It's like an all region exclusive thing.
Interesting.
And the only seller on Amazon.ca is the same one he probably bought it from in the US.
And paid a lot less for.
Yeah. So so like my owned movies that I haven't watched list is too long now. So I need to stop buying things for a bit so that I can that being said, I also did I bought Bluetooth headphones. Mm-hmm. And inside the case for the Blu-ray headphones,
that's right.
Well, so the headphones are regular $89.99. Mm-hmm. There was a 50% sale on them for Prime Day, even though you're not supposed to use Prime Day because it's abusing the workers that work for Amazon. But I wanted them, so I did. Mm-hmm. With a coupon for $10 off.
Yeah.
And then inside the case for the headphones was you scan the QR code and give a review of the headphones. They give you a $25 Amazon gift card.
Oh, so you got $35.
So I got $35.
So the headphones were almost free.
Almost free.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, those headphones were dirt cheap. They're Monster, which is good.
It's good.
I like them.
Yeah.
And when you connect them, when you first put them in your ear and connect them, it has a voice that says connected, but it is very much the same voice of BMO from Adventure Time. So it is like a very Korean or Chinese or Japanese girl saying,
Dirty
"We're
knees."
connected. And I was like, yeah, I like it.
Nice.
But yeah, so my current movies I own that I haven't watched yet list is sitting at 351 movies.
It's pretty good.
Not that long ago, I was at 300, and I was like, I can't let this get higher than 300.
You let it get higher.
51 movies later, here we are.
I wonder what mine are of course, Burns
or
from zip.ca, but I would wager it's well into the thousands.
But that being said, how many of those are you actually going to get around to watching?
Not all of them.
Exactly, right? These ones I will eventually get around to watching everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I realize there's a couple on here I've watched that I haven't taken off.
Oh, so it's probably no more than like 347.
349. There you go. Beautiful. I'm under 350.
It's going down all the time.
Stay.
What I have to do coming up is I have to burn 300 DVDs because a guy a while ago made like wrestling yearbooks of every year of the 90s.
Oh, okay.
With like everything.
Wow.
Yeah, like 30 discs per year. So 300 discs for the decade. And when they showed up on torrents, I'm like, that's cool, but I don't need them. And then Shane was talking them up big. I'm like, fuck it, I'll download them all. I'll download 125 gigs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, 125 gigs per year.
Yeah, per.
I will down 1.25 terabytes or 0.00125 petabytes, which is my favorite
pedo
measurement
bytes.
of bytes.
Yeah.
So I've done 14 of 300.
Not bad.
Getting there.
Not bad.
I have the blank DVDs. They're not that expensive if you go to the right places.
Shocker.
Yeah. I got like 3 stacks of 100 for probably 20 something bucks a piece. So
I wonder if when you bought them, they looked at you and they were thinking,
what are you doing?
What's this guy's deal?
What could you like? When
I'm renting DVDs from the library and then I'm copying them for myself.
When is the last time somebody bought 300 blank DVDs from you at one time?
2006.
A good year. Did I hear that Netflix is going to make brick and mortar stores?
Huh.
Is that a real thing?
I don't know.
A joke? A dream? But if so, what's going on there? I hope I'm wrong, actually.
I hope you're not, because then I can buy more movies. I get my list over 400.
That's true.
Josh Simon, Netflix Vice President of Consumer Products, told Bloomberg...
So what's like the if you don't have time to say all of that?
Of what?
His job title.
VP-CP?
VP of CP.
VP of CP?
Yep.
Told Bloomberg the locations will sell merchandise and theme food and offer immersive experiences based on Netflix shows. So
what does that mean? So they're not just going to be a Blockbuster.
No. They are going to be... the first location said the U.S. 2025. The venues will have rotating installations where fans can attend ticketed shows inspired by popular series of the network of Netflix. Food and drink are the in-house restaurant will range from casual dinner style offerings to more high-end dining. So it's kind of like a movie theater where you go and watch things of the stuff Netflix makes.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Huh.
Final decisions have yet to be made. As for merchandise, no details were given.
We don't actually know what it's going to be, but we know we're going to do it.
So it's unclear if fans will be able to buy physical media of their favorite Netflix shows and movies. The Netflix experience with pop-up fan experiences and marketing events. The Queen's Ball, a Bridgerton experience, opened in the past. A gala that traveled to several cities inspired by the hit.
Is that the one where you get to go and fuck Regé Joan Page?
I've definitely heard it called something else, and yeah, I'm not allowed to say it out loud, but you can put 2 and 2 together. No, don't even, Scott, don't even think about it.
So it's called Bridgerton, but unlike history,
Mhm.
there's black people having a good time.
Yes. And they're the queen and prince and
Yeah.
etc.
So
Not prince, they're the prince.
if I was gonna call it, what else is going
I think
on?
we should just ban all words that end in GER. I think that's the end of time.
Safety,
for that.
the end of time.
The end of time. So yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of Netflix exclusive things I would want on Blu-ray. I mean, there's a couple, like a handful, but like I don't give a shit about.
Oh, like Ryan Murphy's Hollywood.
Is that a thing?
The only show worse than American Horror Story, made by the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I do actually want to watch it at some point, because it basically what if Golden Age Hollywood, even more people than you think were gay?
What if everyone was Rock Hudson?
I think it's everyone is Rock Hudson. Yeah, and with that classic Ryan Murphy writing.
Oh yeah, of course. And where every gay person in Hollywood all looks the same.
Yep.
Because they're all the same kind of actor, because somebody who's in charge has a type.
Yeah, they're just all a bunch of
Matt Bomers.
I was gonna say Matt Bomers. Yeah. And the other guy, Cheyenne Wilson, Wisconsin. No, that's just a city.
Also, Cheyenne's also a city. Is he just a city boy?
He could be a city boy. Bomer's a country boy.
Bomer's a country boy.
Who's Cheyenne?
Yeah, Cheyenne Jackson.
Cheyenne Jackson, he fucking nails it. And man, he is a goddamn Ryan Murphy type.
Guy.
Yep.
Zachary Quinto.
The main guy in season 1. Him. What? Dylan McDermott?
Dylan McDermott.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Dylan Mulvaney.
No. Not a Ryan Murphy type.
Dermot Mulrooney.
No, that's the other one. Not as handsome.
Not as handsome.
No.
Dylan
number 1.
Dylan 1. Last week we got the live on.
Is Kathy doing anything else besides buying you Blu-rays?
No.
Nothing next week?
Oh, duh.
It's okay. You're allowed your Craig of the show too.
Yeah. No. So after the conversation of those getting delivered and whatever, then Kathy had mentioned, what is there to do in Tacoma? And then I immediately thought...
And you're like, who's asking?
I'm like, that's a weird
That's
statement
specific.
To ask.
For someone who lives not in that state.
Not in that state, and is like, unless somebody's going there.
Uh-huh.
Like, haha, yeah, you got me. I'm coming up to watch Makabe's match. And then I guess you guys are also there. And I was like...
Fuck you.
That doesn't make sense. He's like, no, obviously I'm coming to watch you. I'm like, well, to be fair, Dan versus Bambi will be very good.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it'd be weird if you were like, I'm coming out for Dan's match. I mean, it was a funny joke.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kathy will be live and in person meeting us at a show for the very first time. So I can
imagine being that lucky.
So I can dox him live.
Yep.
I'm gonna memorize his personal address, and then I'm gonna say it out loud to him at the show. There will be hangs, I guess, if you, Kathy, if you're familiar with Pepper and you know Pepper or have not met
or
Pepper.
you can meet Pepper.
You can meet Pepper.
And you can have
and hang out in the beautiful city of Tacoma.
The once in a lifetime treat of our post-show merchandise count, where we figure out what shirts we need to order for next month.
Yep, that is true.
Pretty exciting.
That is true. And you get to play the fun game of, will I get shot out back of the venue after the show?
Yeah. Well, you will if you go to the grocery store across the street.
That is true. Or I was going to say, something that did happen at the venue a couple weeks after we had a show there and before the next show.
Right in the goddamn parking lot.
Yep.
Where I park every time.
Tacoma.
Yep.
It's a beautiful place.
Tacoma. It's like Seattle, but terrible.
But horrible. and full of scum.
Yeah. Well, apparently, just everyone in Seattle also hates. Yeah. Apparently, I think it's becoming a worse and worse homeless problem.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Well, when we drive through, sometimes it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, by no means is it fucking Vancouver.
I was gonna say I have little
Yeah.
sympathy for Seattle's problems.
There's like literally only a certain part of Los Angeles and most of San Francisco is worse than Vancouver.
Yeah.
As far as like crackheads, homeless people, and smelling like urine.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are parts of Vancouver that are you cannot breathe if you walk through them.
Yeah.
But last episode we unfortunately got to break the live on air news of Matthew Perry passing
What friend
away.
are we gonna kill this week? Who you got? LeBlanc?
And no, Matt's gonna live forever. Matt'll be the last one.
Ooh, that's a fun question. Who will be the last?
Well, you know why? Because he's the only one that like hasn't had plastic surgery. He like is just a fat Italian guy.
Yep.
Like he doesn't even bother to like
living his best life,
right? Like
gray hair.
That's why. Yeah. Like that's why he'll live forever.
Yeah.
But we did say away from this like a couple days later how like it didn't sink in with you that he had died until like after the fact.
That night.
Yeah.
Because we were just like we were doing the podcast, so I'm just in like joke making mode, and you know what, made some pretty good ones.
I was gonna say you're in fucking killing it mode.
Exactly. And then I think like late that night I'm like, oh fuck, Matthew Perry died. That sucks.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a real bummer. Like it did get me at the time, but then like after the fact, like the next day, I was just kind of like, Friends was like a really big part of my childhood.
Yeah.
Like my mom loved it. So like we watched as a family, like well, not Doug, but my mom and my sister and I watched like every episode when it was on, and then like the reruns and everything. Like it was a really massive part of my life.
Yeah.
And it's a real bummer to see somebody like triumph over their like their drug and alcohol issues and like bloating up to a monster, and then like and then he kind of like never really got like a full resurgence of his career, but he got lots of other opportunities, like other shows that people liked. And then I rewatched the Friends reunion, and I was like, oh, it's such a bummer. Like I don't know if I can actually finish this whole thing, but it's a pretty sad thing. Only for several days later for us to get hit with the tragic passing of maybe one of the greatest like maniacs in sports history to die.
Richard Roundtree, Shaft.
Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight.
Man, like one of the biggest maniacs in the history of basketball coaches. Yeah. Man, what a bummer. R.I.P. Bobby.
Died doing what he loved, screaming.
Throwing chairs across a gymnasium at students that aren't involved in the basketball game.
Physically assaulting children.
Yes. But not in that way.
Not in that way.
Yeah, he's no Sandusky. He's not a Sandusky.
No, he's his own man. He'll just hit him.
He'll hit him. He won't fuck him.
I'll hit him. I won't fuck him.
Hit him, won't fuck him.
Yeah.
Very vocal Trump supporter.
That tracks.
Trump once referred to Bobby Knight at a rally as a great defender of the United States of America.
Hell yeah.
Noted college basketball coach.
I was going to say,
defender of America.
I like saying words that mean nothing. Just absolutely nothing. How was Bobby Knight defending America? Just by being a dick?
Yep. Standing up for what he believes in.
I guess that is what Trump sees as defending America.
Yes.
Just being a catty bitch.
Being a catty bitch.
Yeah. That's why he likes us.
So he started coaching in
1937.
Oh, he wasn't. No, sorry. I thought like he was a coach at Army, but he started coaching in 1965, and he stopped coaching in 2008.
Solid 40-year run.
Do you know what his fucking head coaching record was in college?
I think it's pretty strong.
902.
Yeah.
371.
That's good numbers. That's good numbers.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But he only won 3 NCAA championships with that kind of record.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a lot of Army. He was at Army for a long time, and then Indiana, then Texas Tech. But yeah, he only won 3. He went to 5 Final Fours, And
Okay.
then that's it. Like
And 3
he
wins.
won one NCAA championship as a player
Oh,
at Ohio State in 1960.
back when a guy who looked like Bobby Knight could win basketball championships.
Fundamentals, baby.
Layups.
Fundamentals.
Bounce passes, layups.
Bounce passes and staunch defending. But
John
yeah,
Stockton.
Bobby, man. One of my favorite highlights growing up was him throwing that chair.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
All right, let's stop talking tragic stuff that happened. let's
Oh, can I talk about my Seb health scare?
What?
Yeah.
Was he being a cat who was hiding health problems?
Yes.
What a shocker.
What
a shocker.
But no, like
We all do it.
we all do it.
What is like acting like nothing's wrong, but also acting like they're dying?
That's what he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was weird. It was a bad day. So he did like the I'm going to puke meow.
Okay.
Which is fine. And then he puked. And then like from puke onwards, no good. He right afterwards he lets out like this scream meow, which I have never heard anything like it. So I like come running, and from there on he's like rapidly panting with his mouth open, and then just like crawls under a chair.
Yeah.
Which, as we do.
Hiding away.
Yeah. I'm like, well, this is no good. So yeah, call the vet, take him to the vet, drop him off there, come home, cry.
You don't have to hide it. That's exactly what you should do.
As you do. Vet calls after a bit and says they've run a bunch of tests. The tests seem mostly normal, like blood pressure's fine, blood sugar's fine. And they took x-rays, didn't see anything. So most of the deal, like the panting and shit, that was all pretty consistent with what's called a vasovagal reaction, which it was funny. I was telling Shane about it yesterday, and he said he had one when he was young. So basically, just like something happens and like tickles a nerve that controls a lot of body function, and like for a person like presents as like just like fainting or a mild seizure or something. But yeah, so that was consistent with that. Then the one thing that was kind of like stumping the vet, which wasn't consistent with that, was his body temperature was wildly low. Like it should be, I'm talking Celsius. So Celsius, it should be 38. It was 34, which is very low. So
do it in Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit should be 100. Was 93? 2? Yeah, like really, really low.
Yeah.
And didn't really know that. The first time the vet called, the breathing was still rapid, but coming down some, and I think they had got the temperature up a little at the time. So yeah, and then the vet kind of scared me. He's like, most things that cause that kind of body temperature thing aren't good. So, and then he called late because the vet closes at 5. So we basically said we'd go there close to 5, and if me and the vet and whatever figured he's okay to take him home, and if not, take him to emergency. So by the time it came to the vet, breathing was fine. Breathing was like all the way back to normal. It was 90 breaths a minute and had come down to the proper 20 a minute. And a temperature was up to 37. So just a degree off now.
Okay.
and yeah, vet said doesn't look like anything critical. Like, I don't think you need to take him to emergency. Like, take him home. If anything happens, obviously take him.
Yeah.
But basically take him home, watch him for 24 hours, and if he's okay, he's okay. And he was okay. So yeah, I could tell the vet was like he felt bad that he didn't have a just like
definitive,
concrete diagnosis for it. But I think he was right about the reaction, and I think the temperature thing was just an added uncommon symptom. He may have sort of gone into shock, and that fucks with your body temperature.
Yeah,
so I think it's basically that. So yeah, so he's okay. Then the next couple days he ate less probably. Oh, also the puke he had, gigantic puke.
Wow.
Like just everything eaten for 24 hours. Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, it was huge. So, and then, the next couple days he was like kind of gun shy about food and ate less. Yeah. But like today and yesterday, he's been good, like asking for food and all that. So, so I think he's okay. So, yeah, but didn't like it.
Well, yeah, you don't say.
Yeah, but it's okay though. It only cost me $900.
Yeah.
Which is just money I definitely had. I had my jar of $900 in quarters for my Seb surprise goes to the vet fund. So that was good. So I feel like a fucking asshole asking for money immediately after asking for money for the computer that again unexpectedly shit out on me. But yeah, I guess this is just my life now. Just a bunch of things happened to me that cost me a bunch of money I don't have. And then, if anyone wants to help, great. PayPal.me/NotScottHanson. I honestly feel like a fucking idiot asking because I was just asking for it. But whatever. If you can, you can. If you can't, I don't know. Fucking let them take my car back.
Sell your kidney.
Or sell my kidney. So boot funding. Are you funded? Do you need more? You could use some more.
I'm not asking questions.
PayPal.me/Syrian softballs.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Help a brother out. And by brother, I mean a brother.
A brother.
Did we even say our social media? Like,
nope.
1 hour.
We did. We said the name of the show.
Yeah. Didn't say our names.
Didn't say our names.
Didn't say our handles.
No.
Syrian softballs on the social medias. X.com, Instagram, Letterboxd. You can find me on PSN, etc., etc., etc. I was offered by noted non-creep Brandon a blue sky code, and I said no thanks. Not to be mean to him. I just
because you know you won't use it.
Be on something else. Like, I'm already on Mastodon that I don't use. As soon as Elon Musk makes us start paying $1 a year to verify our Twitter accounts, I'm going to stop using Twitter. I'm not giving him $1.
Yeah, if that happens, I will start using my Blue Sky.
Right. Then I guess I will have to get a Blue Sky.
Well, Brandon's got an invite waiting for you.
Yes, he does. For now.
And I'm Scott. I am on X.com at Not Scott Henson, and more importantly on YouTube, which maybe you're listening to right now. And if you're not, do it better. YouTube.com/at Not Scott Henson. Let's at least look if Caroline in the city is not going to give us is rudely not going to give us 100,000 of her subscribers. Let's at least double. I want to go 3333 to 6666.
Oh,
overnight.
Too many devils.
Too many devils. Look, it's still almost spooky season. I think if not now, when? Every single subscriber listening right now, go get one more subscriber. Then we double overnight. All right? Do it.
Deal.
Do not want to disappoint me. Scott with a sick kitty is not a Scott to be trifled with. All right? Oh, and they shaved like a patch on his arm to put the IV in.
Yeah.
And now it looks like he's like wearing a kitty glove on on that hand.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
If you follow me on Letterboxd at Syrian softballs, you get to find some fun gems that I'll do every now and then. Where I made a nice list recently entitled Fun with Farm Animals, where I said just some of my favorite movies involving farm animals doing something fun.
I can name 2.
Babe,
Okay.
Rams,
Okay.
The Witch,
You still haven't named either of my 2.
Lamb,
Yep.
Death of Dick Long.
Perfect. That would have been my 3rd. I would suggest adding Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, yeah!
And Say It Isn't So.
Why would I have to say that?
I believe Chris Klein, ? Gets his full arms stuck in a cow for most of the movie.
All right.
That was like the last teen gross out comedy before they realized there was like there is no blood left to wring from that stone. I think I saw it in the theater.
Maybe I've seen it?
What year? It's got to be early-ish 2000s.
Say It Isn't So, 2001.
Yep, sounds right.
Welcome to Beaver, Oregon.
Yep.
Population 15,071. 1,571. It's a very small picture.
21 Metascore.
2.2 on Letterboxd.
Strong.
Chris Klein, Heather Graham, Orlando Jones, Sally Fields, Richard Jenkins, John Rothman, Mark Pellegrino, a.k.a. Jacob from Lost.
Jacob from Lost. Also,
Richard Real.
Bad ex-husband from Dexter.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Richard Real.
Yeah, jump to conclusions, baby.
Yep, love him.
Sarah Silverman.
Hey, cool social media follow currely, Sarah Silverman.
Why was she doing?
Well,
is she very pro the wrong side of an
argument? Think of her
argument?
last name and do the math.
Okay. She got great tits, though.
Great tits. Shit politics.
Well, not everybody can be on the right side of history.
No, not everyone can be.
It'll come back to get her when all of the other countries in the world of a certain background decide to retaliate for not stopping what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to look up Sarah Silverman's tits.
An important part of any podcast.
Nice. Very nice.
Should we treat ourselves?
I mean, we got a lot of stuff. So
do we still have more stuff?
No, we got one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing is me looking at Sarah Silverman's boobs.
Which is a treat in and of itself, don't get me wrong.
You know what?
But we also have treats from Eve.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Just looking at more Sarah Silverman tits.
Yeah. Well, I'm mostly just looking at the deleted picture she posted of, man, those are nice. I'm a sad, lonely man. This is what gets me going.
Oh, you were saying I was wondering if it was her. No, I think it was Jamie Lee Curtis who posted like these 2 kids like
kissing,
like looking up at a bomb that was about to liquefy them.
Yeah.
And with like a hashtag Save Israel, whatever. And then someone told her those are Palestinian kids. And then she deleted it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Also, what are you saving Israel from? Being on the side shooting the
all
bombs?
those rocks, Drew. The rocks.
And the sticks.
And the sticks.
Yeah.
They're monsters.
And the open hand palm slaps. Because they don't even throw punches. Yeah. These, like, just... I don't want to get into it. I spent too much of my morning watching reels.
Richard Reels?
Richard Reels on
Did you jump to conclusions?
I jumped to conclusions. But they're the right
But they're the correct conclusions. My conclusion was stop genociding.
So, Cheetos Mexican street corn.
Yep.
I've had it.
You have?
Yeah.
I haven't. I've had it.
It's delicious.
Yeah, Eve said they were really good.
There's a big trend of Mexican street corn things coming from, like, Doritos and...
I love Mexican street corn. Elotes?
I had Colombian street corn, and it was also very good.
Any different? Is there, like,
Not
a different spin to it, or just copying Mexico?
Copying Mexico.
These are good.
Yep, told you.
I like them.
I'm not a liar about this.
You're sometimes a liar about other
I'm
things.
lying about a lot of other things, but not this.
To others and to yourself.
Oh yeah, and to God.
Yeah. I like those.
Yeah, they're good.
I'm not even the biggest Cheetos in general guy, but I'm
glad they're crunchy
yeah.
because I do not like puffy Cheetos.
It's too spicy. It's not, but I definitely got some
Dust.
some chili powder on my tonsil.
Yeah, you powdered your tonsil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not like puffy Cheetos at all.
Oh yeah,
Crunchy,
the other
get
type.
the fuck out.
I don't mind puffy.
Uh-uh.
I'm okay with puffy. I'm not mad at them.
No.
But I'm very not mad at these.
No, very good.
Very good. And Eve, if you're listening, and also we've literally already talked about it personally. If you can find more of those maple Lindors, fucking find
Oh
them.
shit!
No way.
I saved it for the pod. 'Cause you told me it was so
No
good.
way. Just the one you had.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You didn't have it on the pod.
You told me it was so good, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna do it on the pod then.
That's right. Yeah, do it. Bonus treats. Can you even believe it? I'm just gonna
My giant bag of snacks.
I'm gonna munch on these. These are hot take. Not that I've had every kind, or even that many. These are the best Cheetos I've ever had.
I like the white ones.
These are lovely.
The white cheddar ones are very good. All right.
Maple Lint Lindor.
Not even from Canada.
Yeah, shouldn't these be all over Canada? And not Eve has to find them in Portland? What's going on? What is going on?
Have you seen this? You heard about this? All right. Ooh, potent.
Oh,
Very potent.
It doesn't fuck around with the maple. It hits you in the face with maple. I'm getting a good nod from Drew. Getting a nice nod.
I was concerned that the potency of the smell
Yeah.
was going to come across as like a fake maple taste when I bit into it, because that's the way it smelled to me.
Yeah. But
No, it's like smooth.
Yeah.
It's like a smooth maple.
it's good.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Eve, find more.
Find more. Eve.
Go to your local Walgreens.
Your local greengrocer.
They probably got them.
Yep.
Yeah, those are nice.
Big fan.
I also liked those pumpkin soft Werthers.
Yes.
Even though I don't like
Even though you're
pumpkin.
staunchly anti-pumpkin spice.
Those were probably the first things I ate from the bag. Like I was
Those
like,
were good.
I'm like, ugh, all right, I'll try it. I tried it, and then I ate all of those first.
And there were a decent number.
There was like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And like that's what I ate first. Those are surprisingly very good.
They were nice.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I guess I like some pumpkin things. We sell pumpkin spice muffins at work that are actually very good. They're very like moist, and the flavor is not pumpkin-y at all.
It's
but, like,
pumpkin-inny.
pumpkin and
That's a Mr. Show reference.
Oh, okay. It sounds like a David Cross thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you can find more of those, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna have my summer freeze Mountain Dew.
Summer freeze.
Any more sad things you want to talk about, or should we just talk about good things now?
Yeah, let's just talk about Boondock Saints.
My grandma died. Do you
Oh,
want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, my final grandparent passed away. Even though, if you asked my mom, she had been on her deathbed for 4 years.
Yeah,
like,
the better part of a decade.
like she would just keep saying, like, just so you know, you're like, I think your grandma, like, this is the end.
This is the week.
And then she lived for another like 4 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, she finally kicked it. It is what it is. Like,
Look, I have said this off the pod. I will say it on the pod. You were too old to have living grandparents.
yeah, and I mean, she wasn't even that old. Like, she was 87.
Oh,
1936.
if I had any living grandparents, would any of them be younger than 100?
Well, your parents are significantly older than my parents.
My parents had kids at 57. Yours did at 13. So there is a gap.
There's a huge gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although my mom's parents were young.
Okay.
Yeah. And my dad's weren't so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Keeping the trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least this is the thing. It's a good thing my family doesn't listen to this podcast. At least one of my grandmothers wasn't a slut.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm sorry, Gwen. I liked you better. You're the better grandma.
Yeah, you were more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just ask anybody in town.
It's a pretty good joke. I'll give you that one.
Yep. Yeah. You got me there.
Yeah, you got me there.
You got me there. Yeah. Anyways, I don't think it's fully hit me yet, but it's more.
It's a Matthew Perry.
It's more of.
I'm on the pod, so I'm in joke making. I'll be.
You're deflecting.
I'll be nice later.
No, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not sad. Like I'm sad, but I'm not sad. You know?
Yeah, it's like a mixed feelings thing. Like your grandmother died. And also she's been dying for a long time. And also and what was your relationship with her? Yeah, a
crotchety old hag who kind of was ruining my mom and aunt and uncle's life.
Yeah, so
at least they get to live their own life now and do what they want. And it definitely aged my mom a lot. And same with my uncle. Like it just it had to happen at some point.
They deserve the break,
big time.
Yeah.
Big time. So now, they're just doing like all the, the usual executor of the will and stuff. And my uncle, who lived with her in the house, inherits the house.
Yeah.
Everything's supposed to be split 4 ways between the 4 kids.
Yeah.
But because he, I guess, had been living in the house since, I don't know, 1990 or something, he's actually entitled to, so he gets half, and then the other half is split between the 4 of them. So he gets a half and a quarter of the remaining half.
Yeah, so half and then sixth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of, doing all that and trying to find the will and everything. And this is just a real thing. But like, everybody seems okay. Like, nobody's like, I mean, we're sad, but we're not like sad, like that we can't function. And although I should have used it as a way to take a day off work.
You should have taken a day off work.
Fuck it, whatever, it's fine.
I definitely took a day off work.
Yeah.
When your grandma died.
When my grandma died,
yeah, but also when mine did.
Yeah. But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's have fun.
Okay. It's time for episode 4 of season 5.
Let's turn this up to 11.
Is
that good?
Is Spinal Tap good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen it since I was 15.
I think it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think it's funny. Man, it feels like...
Good night, Springdon. There will be no encore.
It feels like we just started season 5, but somehow we're already at episode 4.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Time flies when you're not having fun.
Time does fly.
I don't even remember the other movies we did. That's how long ago it was.
Right? Yeah. It's crazy. So we did 1999's, aka the best year. Which is why we shouldn't talk about it, because this is the worst year. It's true. Yeah, we are going against the grain here. The Boondock Saints. I cannot overstate enough that this was the coolest movie when it came out when I was in grade 11. Like the perfect age. And like there was no cooler thing to be than a guy who liked Boondock Saints. I swear to God.
Yeah, you know what? That is very accurate.
If you weren't exactly 15 years old when this came out, you don't understand what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But believe me, 16. I think it was like late 99, early 2000. So 16. But yeah, it was the coolest movie.
This was a very widely quoted movie within my friend group in high school. Very widely quoted.
Which I can see. There's 3
or 4 very specific things.
Yeah, there's some ones that definitely
of my
stick.
friends would not shut the fuck up about.
Yeah. I love so directed by Troy Duffy, who has directed, and this is going to impress you. This is a bit of a show off by Scott here.
Wow.
I'm going to
He memorized his entire filmography.
From memory, his entire filmography.
Uh-huh.
The Boondock Saints, Boondock Saints 2 All Saints Day, and the in pre-production Boondock Saints 3. The end!
Well, I think he's more of a writer than a director.
But not that much of a writer either.
No, but he's in a couple other
He's
things.
mostly a Boondock Saints guy.
Well.
Also, I've never seen 2.
Don't.
That's the thing. Because I'm like, in my head, especially when it came out in 2009, and I definitely still had nothing but positive thoughts about Boondock Saints in 2009. When it came out, I got excited, then I didn't see it right away for whatever reason, and then everything I heard was bad. So I never saw it.
Don't bother.
But I should see 3 when it comes out, right?
Yeah, skip 2, go to 3.
Skip 2, go to 3. Lord of the Rings style. Who's got time for the 2 towers?
Yeah.
Besides Saudi Arabia.
Turn it off. That's it. Pod's over. Pod's over. We cannot recover from that. That was too perfect. Just kill it. Hour 15. I hope you enjoyed listening. Bye.
And that was the Boondock Saints. We almost got to the beginning.
So close.
Yeah, I gotta stop. Gotta stop doing my closers when it's not closing time.
Yeah.
It's Eagle Eye Semisonic.
Mm.
What does Eagle Eye Cherry do?
Save tonight.
Save Tonight. That's the same song.
Kinda.
That's the same song. Yeah.
Time.
It's the same
Turn the
vibe.
lights on, cause that might be a man you're kissing.
Fact. That's a man.
Spike their drink, but not with Rehypnol. Put a blue pill inside that beer. That way you can tell if it's a beautiful lady if you're queer.
That's brilliant. Is this Drew's second brilliant thing of the day?
No, some guy in Florida got arrested for that. That's how I know.
He was Spike Viagraing potentially trans
in
people
a bar because he didn't know if the women he was hitting on were trans or not.
Genius.
Yeah, I can find you the story.
And that
real.
bar,
real.
the Aurora nightclub that he no, Aurora was the fucking Joker shooting. I don't remember the name of the nightclub. Damn it. It's something gay.
Now I got too many things to look up at once.
That was on its way to being a good joke. It had the bones.
Pulse.
That's the one.
Pulse nightclub. Omar Mateen.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Was I looking up? Oh yeah, the Florida guy.
Yeah. Viagra roofies. That's brilliant. That is Taylor and Travis conspiracy theory level brilliant.
Good. I'm glad there's silence while I'm typing this out.
I was thinking, should I leave it for a really long time so I see on the waveform a big gap that I can cut out, or just a little one that I'll probably miss? It's going to be the latter, guys, so enjoy that little bit. You know what? You don't need to be hit with words the entire time you're listening to a podcast. I think you need a little breather, a little time to yourself to regroup. So that's what that was. Man
caught spiking his female date's drink with Viagra to make sure they don't get boners because you never know anymore these days.
That's very
funny. But then there's a Reddit post that said, I don't think this is actually real.
I hope it is. Because that's a good idea.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if she had a boner or would get a boner, is what the guy said. But yeah.
Oh,
smart move.
Very smart move.
And then you know what you do is you put them both in there. You put a regular roofie and a Viagra, because you put the Viagra in, no boner, she's out. You can get her. But put a Viagra in there, gets a boner, she's out. You can run.
True. Or take advantage.
Yeah.
Victimless crime.
And who's gonna know you're gay?
No one's gonna know you're gay.
No.
Exactly. And also, you're not even gay because it was a woman with a penis.
I like knocking them out with a boner and then you using their boner to fuck you in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, they would do it anyways, probably. But then you're like, no. I'm in control here.
I'd like to remove consent from this transaction.
Consent so that my butt can get fucked.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just readjusted in my chair and reminded myself that I'm working hurt for the second straight show. Last time I had a smashed finger, which I still have, but is on the mend. And I had a match yesterday and was taped up my finger and was very careful not to further smash the finger, which I didn't. Finger is no worse for wear after the match. However, I did do a move I do basically every single match.
Yep.
The Tiger Driver, which involves me landing on my butt, and something happened with my tail when I was landing on my butt, such that I think I have rebroken my tailbone.
Is it that the butt plug wasn't in properly?
Oh, that also reminds me. That.
Oh, I didn't even talk about tail at work day.
Oh my god!
That's so good.
Oh my god!
Scrap Boondock Saints. We're just doing tail work for the rest of the show.
We'll blaze through Boondock at the end if there's time.
Would it be really funny as if one episode we wrote down the talking points so that we could just like a professional podcast?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to move forward
and then going, oh, this
full-blown ADHD meltdowns because we forgot to talk about butt plugs and tails at work.
Okay, save tail at work for a sec.
I got it.
So the first words I ever spoke, because I did not say hello to him. The first words I have ever spoken to veteran pro wrestler Odin Rex were screaming at him about tail butt plugs.
Well, you didn't talk to him when you were on... Oh, no, that wasn't Odin Rex. That was Eric Strange. Never mind.
Yeah.
Same guy to me.
No, I think Odin Rex was like... I assume he's a longshoreman. He's one of them. Got in...
Kind of older. Kind of looks like Rob Conway a little bit.
Yeah, like pretty jacked, but like I think got into wrestling at age 52.
Yeah.
I've like gray hair, gray beard.
Yeah.
So like 2 minutes like before we were about to go out for the match, he like walks by me and like sees the tail and he's like, is that tail connected the way I think it's connected? Because I've seen some videos online. I'm like, no, that's not where the tail. Screaming at him. But then I softened at the end. I'm like, at least you're watching the right kind of videos.
He is.
Yeah.
Did I have a very similar interaction of that at work?
I
sure did.
Set up tail at work day for us.
Did we talk about it last week?
Maybe. I don't know.
As a refresher.
In case this is your first out. In case you've decided to jump into the podcast
on episode 300.
Season 5, episode 4, overall episode 300.
So I had to get special permission from work for Halloween to wear my walking around tail.
Yeah.
Because it's got some loose fur sometimes.
Yeah.
And
did you brush it before?
I give it like a nice, like slow, smooth jerk, just to get all the looseness off.
One big jerk.
So I got special permission to wear it because I told him it wasn't going to shed, which it didn't.
Yep.
So I'm wearing it at work. Quite a few of my coworkers did like wear actual costumes or get dressed up.
Did you paint your face too? You should have painted.
I should have painted my face. Just get a jar of black shoe polish and just...
Well, maybe a little more delicate than that.
So I decided I would... So I wore the original walking around tail, which has become my I'm doing a deathmatch tail.
Yeah.
So that I can get blood and stuff on it and still have the beautiful big boy.
Yeah.
For like regular everyday use.
Regular walking around. Safe walking around.
And I didn't want to wear that one to work because I didn't want to get it dirty.
Hey, guess what? Kathy, Eve, Pepper, if you're listening, y'all get to pet the big boy next week.
That's true. Unless I forget to bring it. No, I'll bring it. It's always in my wrestling bag. Yeah. It doesn't leave my wrestling bag. Oh, also, I washed my wrestling gear and the bathtub water was disgusting.
The bathtub water. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Yeah.
It was pretty gross.
It was a dark brown.
Yeah. But just think about that's all from the floor, I think.
Yeah.
That's not from the ring.
No, it's gotta be floor.
It's from being on the floor. Because
Yeah.
I feel like almost every match we're on the floor.
Yeah.
And like people spill beer. They're coming everywhere.
Well, yeah.
It's
for our matches anyway.
For our match anyways. Disgusting.
Yeah.
It would be nice to not be semi-main this time. It would be nice to be
first half main.
Yeah. Because then Pepper's out.
Yeah.
Can perform.
Right.
And then we're the fuck out of there. Anyways. So
I'm gonna float that to Drew Prime.
Yeah.
I'll say, hey, would it make sense for us to be fourth, and then Pepper can stick around and perform an intermission?
Yeah, we can even hang out in the ring for like his first song, and then go to the merch table.
Yep.
And then sell all the merch and more merch than everybody else there because nobody else sells
merch.
Like we kind of are the only ones, right? I mean, Amira when she's there.
Yeah.
Drew used to sell shirts until he got a gimmick change. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah. He might have a new shirt though. He's pretty good. He
does, but I don't think it sells.
Well, not Pitfall style.
It's mostly us.
It's mostly us.
We're the number one merch mover. We're LA Knights.
We're a couple of LA Knights.
We're a couple of LA Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Eli Drake. Get out of here. Anyways, I got permission to wear the tail, so I wore the tail. Every single Asian woman that works with me or was a guest in the store kept coming up to me, touching the tail very gently and saying, "Oh, cute.
Oh, so kawaii."
Yeah, like all of them.
That's awesome.
There are 3 separate older Korean women that work in the store that are like 45, 50, 55, 57. They are all fully in love with me.
Yep.
And
this did not change that.
This made it worse.
This amplified.
One of them would not stop touching it. She kept coming over and like grabbing it and like holding it and like giggling to herself.
Yes.
I was like, what are you doing? Nothing. And so at one point I was going up the stairs to go to like the office, and one of the cashiers, who is like an older white lady who's not in love with me, but has tried to get me to date her daughter a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Was like, "Oh, like how is the tail attached?" And I just said, without even missing a beat, I'm like, "It's not a butt plug. That's not where tails grow from. Tails are not from your anus. They're from your tailbone.
Coccyx.
It's a tailbone." And she just looked at me like, "Okay." Like, soft spot. I hit a nerve, and I was like, "No, I just don't want people thinking it's in my butt. It's attached to my belt, which is at my tailbone."
Yes.
And in solidarity with me wearing a tail, my gay best friend Adam drew a kitty nose and whiskers and wore little ears.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I did not know that. Yeah. I also, in solidarity, even though I didn't have work to go to, just wore my tail around town on Tuesday.
You wore a tail while drinking your energy drink to go get your coffee, except you don't do that anymore?
Except I don't do that anymore because I think that's what gave me kidney stones.
Probably.
So we're giving that a rest.
Yeah.
But yes, and people at the coffee shop liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fans.
But were they like constantly touching it and saying, "Ah, cute"?
We were on opposite sides of a counter, so there was less touching. I don't think any customers stole a grab.
Stole a grab. Copped a feel. I kept swinging it through my legs like a penis, like I do at the merch table.
Obviously.
And that got some good laughs.
Nice.
Yeah. And I was like, "You think this one's good? You should see the other one."
I was gonna say this one that you think is amazing has an upgrade.
Yeah, this one is nothing.
Yeah,
this is worthless. This isn't even a human.
This is garbage
compared to the other.
Because somebody, not naming any names, gave me the best birthday present of all time, and it's that.
And now we're even for that Nolan Ryan Robin Ventura picture.
Now we're even for that Nolan Ryan Robin Ventura.
But yeah, so that was my tail at work.
We're even when you take me to Japanese food.
Well, we're going to in 2 weeks.
But I can't wait.
Unless they don't have duck.
I swear, I am calling ahead and asking if they have duck.
Good. You should.
Never again.
Yeah, I don't think I've had duck when I've been there. We've been there twice.
Yeah. 0 for 2.
I don't think they had duck either time.
Nope.
Yeah.
Maybe they've never had... We haven't had duck in 40 years. That's a ghost menu.
Ghost menu. Yeah, I would like some duck, please.
Yeah.
We had duck tacos from that place on Davie that one time at the apartment. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Those were good.
That's the only time I've ever had duck.
You haven't had like a duck breast?
I don't think so. No.
It's so nice.
I've never had duck. I've never had rabbit.
I
don't think I've had venison before.
I have had both rabbit and venison only in pasta. I've had a rabbit ragu and some kind of venison something. Same with elk. That is the only way I have had rabbit, venison, or elk are in noodles.
I think the only...
And all were good.
The
I
only
liked them all.
exotic meat I've had is bison, and that's not even that exotic.
Have you had fried gator?
Nope.
Have
We used to sell kangaroo meat before it was illegal.
Kangaroo was a popular one.
Yeah. But I never had it.
Have you had the world's most dangerous game, Man?
Well, I am a snow leopard.
So yeah.
Except for I've never seen a human being.
I was going to say, you're
I'm
fairly
so
isolated.
Far up there, I
Yeah.
never see a hurt human being.
Yeah.
And I mean, you eat up to 200 a year, so...
Yes. Delicious.
In the Sundarbans in India.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You're also in Siberia. You don't see people either.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a 2015 The Tiger up at the top of my mountain.
So you're kind of in Korea.
No, well, if
you're in the Korea
if I feel like eating a little Korean,
I could eat a couple little Koreans.
then I'll venture.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm just hanging in the mountain.
Maybe I'll go to Afghanistan. Check out those caves I'm always hearing about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
go find Osama, because that's where he was hiding. Definitely not in Pakistan the whole time.
Nope.
Not since day one, hiding out in a villa in Pakistan.
Honestly, since we're supporting Muslim countries, shout out to Pakistan for how cool they fucking played it for 10 years.
Yeah, they really did.
10 years.
Yeah. Hey, you sure you guys don't have them?
No.
I've never seen it once.
No. Meerschaum, do you have? No.
Never seen. Never seen. Not once. A goes bastards India. Maybe those fuckers have him.
If there ever is a nuclear war, it will be between India and Pakistan.
Yeah,
it
probably
won't be in the Middle East.
It probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to start it.
Yeah. But
they're going to start it, and we're going to end it. Except for, I mean, I guess we're India's allies, but yeah, I guess Pakistan's on the outs. Because they are Muslim.
Yeah, but so is Palestine. So are we just across the board pro-Muslim for a little while, and then we'll see how things shake out?
I mean, I've never been anti-Muslim. If anything, I'm only anti-black Muslim, African Muslims, and that's because we just got to keep our eye on them.
That's because I hate bow ties.
Those Somali Muslims, man, that's where you got to keep your eyes on.
Yeah, I don't love the Nation of Islam vibe.
Nope.
Is like, because at the end of the day, and this will get me in trouble. Certainly.
Glitch, if you're listening,
it's a bunch of black guys who got together and said, how can we subjugate women even more? And I don't know if I love that vibe. Should I have said that?
Well, it's too late now. You already said it.
We're past that.
1 hour, 32 minutes.
Don't give timestamps.
1 hour, 32 minutes. Scott said something awful and it should be clipped.
It's right, though.
It's factually correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Politically, also correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Center Left Podcast.
Yeah.
Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints. I don't know. I don't know the last time I saw it was.
I know I saw it 17 times in grade 11.
Yeah.
And then maybe once since, also a number of years ago.
Yeah, maybe. Do I own it? I don't actually know if I own it on Blu-ray. I know I own it on DVD.
Is that how you watched it?
No, I just downloaded it because I was lazy.
Because you don't want to find your DVD. I like that.
I have it. I have it. It's right here somewhere, right in this general area.
I like how you have walls and walls of physical media.
It's right there.
And then you downloaded it.
Well, because I wanted to watch it on the laptop while I was playing video games.
Fair.
And the DVD doesn't play in the laptop. I think I also have, or the Blu-ray doesn't play in the laptop. I think I also have a DVD of it in the closet. And I have Boondock Saints 2 in the closet.
Nice.
But,
which is where it should stay.
Oh, it's good.
I've been told.
There. It's going to stay there. Although, you know who wasn't in the closet? Willem Dafoe. Just full-blown, fanciest, gayest Willem Dafoe you've ever seen.
This is an important movie, I think, because I think this is the exact point in history where Willem Dafoe transitions from hot to weird. Like, as an actor.
Yeah, I mean, he's very weird in this movie.
Because he's both in this.
He's very weird.
And I think everything after this, he's weird. Because, like, Spider-Man 1 is a couple years after that, and he's weird in that. He's not hot.
Yep.
And everything before this, he's weird. He's getting tempted as Christ. And a second example. And just sucking his own dick.
I mean...
He's got a hog.
If you can, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Like, oh, P.S. If you stay a member of the YouTube channel for 24 months, the badge is Willem Dafoe's penis.
Yeah, I mean, like,
it's not, but is it the 48 month, whatever the top one is the N-word pass.
Yeah.
From Caraxes.
I mean, like, American Psycho, he's normal, like a regular actor.
Is that 2000?
That's 2000, yeah.
So that's after this. So that's weird, not hot.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It works. I think this is the one. This is the line of demarcation between hot and weird. And he's very much both in this.
Yeah.
Beautiful head of hair in this.
Literally, my first note: the hair on Willem. Literally,
yes,
the hair on Willem was my very first note.
Yeah,
gorgeous locks.
Yeah,
just flowing.
What a mane!
Beautiful mane of hair.
Yeah, love him.
Yeah. So it's...
he did try to lose me early though when he's being catty to the dumb cop.
Yes.
Did you catch the first thing he asked him to go get for him? Food and drink wise?
I did, but I don't
Cafe latte, twist of lemon.
Yes.
Are you a fucking psycho?
Yes. He is a psycho.
By
the end of the movie, he's a psycho.
Get your citrus out of my fucking coffee.
Lemonade.
What are you doing?
All coffee needs to come stocked with lemonade.
Did I tell you in Tofino they were selling canned coffee lemonade?
Yep.
It's disgusting.
Yep. Terrible.
What are you... No.
We're gonna try it.
No, I won't try it. I tried even it was just sort of like canned carbonated coffee. And it was disgusting.
Mm-hmm. I've had that before.
Yeah.
Canned carbonated like nitro coffee.
Yeah. Oh no, it was it sounded good. It was like canned carbonated like coffee
white mocha.
Like coffee cream soda.
Oh.
I'm like, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Did you pour it hard?
No, if it was nitro, I would have, but this wasn't nitro. And it was also from Tofino. I think Tofino doesn't know what to do with coffee.
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
I think they're scum.
I think they're scum. Yeah, so don't do that. Also, remind me never to go to a hospital that has holy water in the hallway. That's not my kind of hospital. I don't think they're gonna make me better.
Never go to Boston.
I won't go to Boston. I've been to Boston and I liked it.
Wow.
Yep.
I've never been. So, these guys are twin brothers, which I don't think, even though I've seen this movie 40 times, had no idea they were supposed to be twins.
I'm learning they're supposed to be twins right now.
Oh, okay. They're supposed to be twins.
Really?
Yeah. Even though they don't really look the same.
I guess they're fraternal twins.
But it's very weird to see Norman Reedus as like a regular young actor and not as like a gruff looking like mountain man riding a motorcycle cutting zombies' heads off. Because that's the only thing I can be. Even though he's been in a million other things. Anytime I see him in
video game Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, yeah. I believe he's in one of the Blade movies. He's also,
Blade Runner.
He's also in Pandorum.
Sweet.
But yeah, like just seeing him sort of clean cut, short hair, and young, and I'm like, who does he think he is?
Who's this guy?
Who the fuck is this guy? And Sean Patrick Flannery, who now looks terrible because he's had a bunch of Botox and plastic. He looks ridiculous.
Huh. Probably the last time I saw him was whatever season of Dexter he was on.
That's
5 or 6.
That's the Lumen season.
That is the Lumen season.
He's the main bad in Lumen.
Did he put Lumen?
He put Lumen in the corner.
Nobody puts Lumen in a barrel. I'm writing that down.
Lumen in a barrel.
That's funny in my head. Nobody.
Yeah, he's the motivational speaker guy who's in charge of. Oh wait, no.
I think he might be like he's either a side bad guy or a red herring bad guy.
He might be a red herring bad guy, or hear me out.
He's just the bad guy.
He's not even in the show.
No, he's in the show because it's the only other thing he's done besides Boondock Saints. Nobody puts Lumen in a barrel. I definitely forgot to write down something funny from the beginning, but at least I have the VP of CP, and that's all I need.
I like it. I guess IMDb is currently down.
Oh.
Because it wouldn't let me look up shit.
Sad.
Yeah, so they are brothers who work in a meat packing factory.
And get into fights with women.
And get into fights
at the factory.
Well, Scott.
Bitch started it.
Also, this is barely a woman.
She had a strong jaw.
We've definitely seen her in something else we've reviewed on the pod.
Blubberella.
I don't think she is Barbarella.
She's
Barbara, but oh man. Okay, good.
I've earned a Cheeto.
The Boondock.
And by Cheeto, I mean a handful of Cheetos.
Give me, because he's. I guess it is him. Who's the guy from? Oh, he's also Powder.
Who?
Sean Patrick Flannery.
Sean Patrick Flannery is Powder?
He's Powder.
What?
Which was one of the racist nicknames I got called in high school.
I like that.
Because I was very pale.
But also, you can't be racist to a white guy.
Well, okay, fine. That was one of the attempted racist names I was called in high
I
school.
had no idea he was Powder.
He's Powder.
Should we do Powder?
I think Powder's bad.
But do we know?
No, but also it's got a cool director.
It does have, you know what? I'm writing Powder.
It might have the coolest director.
Top 1 coolest director.
Dexter, where are you, Dexter? He is Jacob Elway.
Yep.
In season.
Damn, his initials are SPF. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Can he protect me from the sun?
Can
he protect me from your son? I made a really good don't let your son go down on me joke to my parents, and neither got it, and I had to explain it. No, they didn't get it, and I had to explain it. I'm like, you guys suck.
So he's in season, it looks like is that the last season?
No.
2012. No, but there's Ray Stevenson.
What? He's 5 or 6 of 8. Not counting new one, which I guess is 9.
12 episodes. Season 8.
SPF's in the final season?
Season 8, Jacob Elway.
Huh. That's not how I remember, but okay.
Every episode. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, we are confusing Sean Patrick Flannery with...
Like, I remember he was a motivational speaker.
But I think we think... Oh, what's the guy's fucking name? I'm never going to remember.
Jimmy Smits.
No, it's not Jimmy Smits.
That's season 3. 2, 3. This is a Dexter podcast now.
2, because his brother's 1. He's 2.
Yeah.
3 is... Ooh, that's a good one, actually.
Don't know.
Yeah, I actually don't remember who is season 3. And
then 4 is the best.
Why can't I remember what the guy's fucking name is?
So what are you looking for?
The guy who we're confusing Sean Patrick Flannery with, although he's in...
From an earlier season?
Yeah. I can picture his dumbass face. I forgot Peter Weller was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking RoboCop himself, baby.
Yep.
Margot Martindale. That's not who I'm thinking of. Johnny Lee Miller. We're confusing him for. Johnny Lee Miller is the Lumen season. He's the guy who's the motivational speaker, who's the red herring. Right. And then it turns out to be a different fucking
whoever.
Guy, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We got it.
I got to the bottom of it. I solved the riddle. Can we end the podcast?
I think so.
Anyways, these guys, so they are a good Catholic Irish boys, in Boston, who have been sort of taught and trained by their family's history to like be on the side of truth and righteousness and good, and to sort of stop the evil.
But not taught well enough, jumping ahead,
Correct.
by their family.
Correct.
To recognize their fucking dad.
He's been in prison for 25 to 30 years.
But they remembered his teachings.
Shut the fuck up.
That pissed me off.
Hey, Scott.
I forgot.
Why don't you keep talking, because I want to hear your opinion on this.
I forgot. I knew he was their dad.
Yeah.
I forgot they didn't recognize him and had a shootout.
Well,
with
he's got a
him.
big ass white beard, and he's got those dark out glasses on, and fucking
He looked
strapped to the nine.
He looked really cool.
He looked awesome.
He looked badass.
And like, it's wild to think that Billy Connolly
He's the biggest badass.
is the biggest badass of 1999.
Right?
Like, how many people at Halloween dressed as Billy Connolly from the Boondock Saints?
True.
Yeah, so they've been taught to sort of like be on the side of good and righteous and fight against the evil and the corruption and whatever.
Yeah.
So they have an Irish pub that they hang out at, and the barkeep who tells them about it
And it has Tourette's.
says that the Russians have bought up the building and they're going to tear down the bar and, develop their shit.
Yeah.
And all of the Irish guys there are like, fuck those fuckers. Let's tell everybody.
Yeah.
And then conveniently the Russians show up.
They literally show up as they're being talked about. Yeah.
And they decide to start a big bar brawl.
Yeah.
They then go back to the abandoned building they're living in, where they sleep in what appears to be a former like communal shower.
Yeah, like I think like illegal lofts.
Yeah. But it's literally like a room that used to have showers and has urinals on one wall.
Yeah.
And they're just sleeping on a mattress on the floor.
Yeah, in absolute squalor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Russians track them down.
Yeah.
And then now...
How, by the way?
I guess
they
never know who... I don't know.
Do they?
I don't know.
Had they ever met before? I don't know. It seemed like that was their first meeting in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're Russian mobs. They know what they're doing.
They're very good.
So now we get to...
They have sick 1999 internet. They Google Earth them.
They Google Earth them, yes. Yeah. So now we go and we kind of jump ahead.
Which is the theme of the movie, sort of. It's like, set up the thing.
Yeah.
Don't show the thing
aftermath.
immediately. Then jump forward and go back.
And so we get introduced to Willem Dafoe's character, who's like a detective, a special detective in the internal affairs.
No, he's FBI.
FBI, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And
he's mean to the cops.
He's mean to the cops because he's a very eccentric gay man.
He's a fancy gay.
Very flamboyant, but he's got the touch.
He does have the touch. Yes.
He puts in classical music in his headphones.
Yep.
And he can just like prance around
and swishes his way through the crime scene.
Just kind of it all reveals itself to him, and he's all knowing. And then after he gives the reveal, then you get to see what actually happened, which is very accurate to what he figures out.
Who am I thinking of who was a Defoe type in that he can
Doogie Howser MR?
Figure out. No, he's a surgeon. and believe me, he'll tell you. Who can like figure out the exact how the crime scene went. On Hannibal. My boy on Hannibal.
James Darcy. No.
That's almost his name. Darcy Carden. No, that's the bitch on The Good Place.
Something.
Dante Chen. No, that's the Chinese guy on NXT. It's right there. God damn it. It's your fucking name.
Tom Clancy.
Shit. There's sort of a girl's name in there, but not all the way.
Jennifer Darcy.
No. Fuck. I'm so mad right now. This is the maddest I've ever
Hugh
been.
Dancy.
Hugh Dancy, because he's fancy.
Dancy fancy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Hugh Michael Horace Dancy is his name.
Hugh Michael Horace Dancy. That's something to go through
HMHD.
life with.
He's married to Claire Danes.
Is he?
Yep.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah, and him as
Claire Danes, who's both attractive and ugly.
And not at the same time.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Very weird.
But yeah, him as Will Graham on Hannibal was figure out the whole crime scene like man. Yeah, he and Willem have the touch.
The touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of them's got the bug. I'm not going to tell you which one, but one of them's got
You do the
it.
math.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly not the one with sort of a girl's name.
Yeah, so he goes back to the police department, Willem Dafoe does, after they've sort of figured out all the doings of the crime scene, which like the thing that happens is very entertaining.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill Norman because he lit one of their butts on fire.
That's correct.
And they handcuff Sean Patrick to the toilet. He then, like, in the biggest feat of mom lifting a bus off of a baby strength of all time,
rips the toilet out of the foundation,
carries it to the roof, climbs on top of barrels perfectly, and then dumps the toilet off the roof while simultaneously jumping
onto the second Russian guy,
3-story building onto the second Russian guy.
That whole scene was definitely the first like badass thing in the movie for a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Rips the toilet, bird's eye shot, ripping the toilet off in slow motion as water starts spraying. It's fucking badass.
That is fucking badass.
It's badass.
That is really badass.
SPF.
And also just like the slow motion jumping off the roof.
Yeah. No, it's all sick.
It's all sick. Yeah. It's very cool by 1999 standards.
Troy Duffy rocks. And Troy Duffy's my favorite director.
Favorite director of all time. So they do that, and then he goes to the police station, and he kind of tells them, like, well, we need to start scouring. We say, like, you go check here, and the mouthy Boston cop is like, listen, these guys are long fucking gone. You're never gonna see them again. They're in another state. Meanwhile, they've been recovering in the hospital from their injuries.
In their Catholic hospital.
And their Catholic
which
hospital.
Is sort of a hospital.
And then they just, like, in their like robes and tattered clothing, just walk into the police station.
Walk in and turn themselves in.
They tell Willem Dafoe, like, the whole story, how it's all self-defense.
Yep.
And he's just like, you're good to go.
Yep.
Like, we believe you.
Yeah, you're cool.
You're the ones that are alive. They're dead. We believe you.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of...
History is written by the winners, as we will find out after this all happens, and Israel says
find out
that they started it.
About this time next year, probably.
Yep.
Well... Yeah, but they're like, there's a bunch of press outside, so can we sleep over?
Can we crash here?
Yeah.
Which then they have, like, weird mythical dreams.
Then they have a superhero origin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get introduced to, like, their buddy, who's an Italian Irishman working for a Italian mobster.
Yeah.
And he's like,
who's playing himself?
Yes.
Question mark.
Yeah.
It's his real name.
His real name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Has he been in anything else?
Or is he just, like, actually a low-level Italian gangster?
That'd be really funny.
David Della Rocco?
Della Rocco, yeah. I'm gonna say not. He's in this. He's in the second one, and he's in a couple of other minor things, all directed by this guy. So he must be, like, his friend.
Yeah.
He's an Italian American.
He does a good job.
And actor.
Comedian. Okay.
Brought many of his real life mannerisms and flair to the character. He's a friend of the writer director Troy Duffy. And his role in the movie was written specifically for him. That's it.
Nice.
So he was the role was made for him to play it.
Shout out to Rocco.
David Della Rocco.
Yeah.
So we meet him, and he's sort of like the comedian comedy sidekick who's also just, like, completely unhinged.
Yeah.
And, like, a complete wild card.
Yeah, he rocks.
So they've killed these Russian gangster guys, and they get the beeper of one of them.
Yeah.
And while they're, like, and, like, the thing is, it's very funny how quickly they go from suspects who turn themselves in to being cleared to sleeping overnight in the police department to then getting up in the morning and just fucking bro-fiving all the cops. It's like
best friends.
It's like they're on the force.
Yes.
They're just, like, high-fiving, like, making cracking wise.
Yeah, they gave them all, like, the little badges that they give kids.
Like, it's so funny.
Honorary.
Little detective.
Yeah, they were little detectives.
Little detectives. So the beeper goes off. He calls the number, and in Russian, they hear, like, the boss is landing at so and so time.
And we learned before this that that the boys speak every language.
Yes. Yeah, Latin,
they had-
Italian, Russian.
Right? Yeah, they had a good upbringing.
Yeah.
But don't remember what their dad looks like.
Shut up. So they decide, like, well, this is our opportunity.
Yeah.
So they go and pay a guy to get ammunitions and whatever. And
Yeah.
This is one of the scenes that my friends would not shut the fuck up about, was the rope thing.
You and your fucking rope.
You and your fucking rope. What do you need the rope for? Every movie they got a rope, and they always need it. They never plan for it, but they always use it.
Yeah.
And like my friends used to quote that all the fucking time.
Yeah.
What do you need the fucking rope for? It's just it drives me nuts because of how much they used to say that goddamn line.
Yeah.
So
You and your fucking rope.
you and your fucking rope. So they get that, they hatch a plan
Yeah.
to go into this penthouse hotel room,
Yeah.
and they're going to kill the like heads of these Russian families,
Yeah.
or high end bosses. But
Top boss is a ridiculous man.
yes,
Like page boy haircut, fat but only in the middle.
yes, middle fat,
Yeah.
upper body normal,
Like he-
legs normal.
Yeah, he looks like Violet Beauregard when she turned into a blueberry. He's just
Yeah.
like a
Regular
sphere.
features,
Yeah.
but like just chubby.
Yeah, it looks like he stuffed a pillow under his
Could be.
shirt. Yeah.
Could be.
Like yeah, and is just screaming anytime you see him.
So before this, we've met Rocco's boss.
Yeah.
And his number one side henchman guy,
Ron
Jeremy.
I had forgotten that
Noted in prison, rotting to
was
death
literally
right now.
I wrote down, I forgot noted man who will die in jail. Ron Jeremy is in this.
What did he even do? It's porn. You can't,
It's porn.
You can't rate porn stars.
That's probably a worse thing to say than what I said about the Nation of Islam, so I feel better now.
Okay. Well, we can add to the list.
Put it on the list.
You can't,
Put
rape,
it
you
on the
can't
list.
rape a gay bottom.
You can't rape a gay bottom.
It's-
That's just science.
It's not rape if it gets wet.
That's slightly more questionable, but I'm still on board.
And you can't rape a porn star.
You can't rape.
If you're filming a porn movie,
So
it's not rape.
the porn star thing is even a step further than your already controversial. It's not rape if she gets wet. So you could rape a dry porn star.
You just said that, and I didn't say it. You said the full description, and I didn't say the full thing, and now you're in trouble. Everybody, cancel Scott Henson. Go to Twitter. Go to Blue Sky. Hashtag cancel Scott Henson. Glitch. Clip it.
I just wanted to confirm, what are the ethical ramifications of raping a dry porn star? That's my question.
Are you filming?
Yes.
Then no.
Okay.
If it's off camera, if you're in the
All I needed to
green
know.
room,
Yeah.
maybe it's rape.
I've got my iPhone 6 out. I'm Sean Baker tangerining right now.
Nice.
I got references.
Now, are you death gripping the base so that all the blood stays in it like he had to for the last 10 years he was doing movies?
Well, I'm gonna have to unless someone gave me a Viagra roofie.
That's true.
Then hey, we got references.
I feel
We got
bad
callbacks.
that he's going to miss out on all those prime years of doing the disgusting step grandfather porn that is very popular these days.
True.
Because that would have been a big market for him.
Yep.
Would have been a big market for old. I think he's got a very funny real name.
Ronald Jeremy.
No,
No.
Ronald Jeremy Hyatt. Is his
Hyatt.
name.
Fancy.
He's 70.
Good man. How many years does he have left on the sentence? 100.
The Hedgehog is what his name is.
135 years left on the sentence.
He was. Oh well. Okay, maybe he did it.
Yeah. Emergency retraction
he was-
on the pod.
he was-
Maybe he did
He
it.
was accused of raping a 25-year-old woman at a home.
Oh,
So not. Although I guess if they were filming at the home,
true. I would like to know if cameras were rolling.
yes. He also allegedly assaulted two women, ages 33 and 46, on separate occasions in a West Hollywood bar in 2017. First of all, why are you in a West Hollywood bar?
Yeah.
He's accused of raping a 30-year-old woman at the same bar in July 2019.
Are these the only
Rainbow Bar and Grill? Why is he hanging out in a gay bar?
Are these the only women in history to get raped at West Hollywood bars? Ladies, the shit luck these ladies have. That's terrible.
Wow. July 2020, the LAPD received 30 new allegations of forcible rape and groping.
I see.
Dating back to 2000.
All right, new stance on the pod. Maybe he did it.
New stance on the pod. He did it.
Okay.
12 different. Give me the actual sentence, please.
I was gonna say, who's got more years left on their sentence, Ron Jeremy or Keith Rainier from the Nexium cult? I think he got about 120.
Oh, interesting.
Hey Keith, maybe don't brand women's pussies and call yourself the smartest man in the world.
That's
I've got an IQ of like probably 130 million.
Smart man.
Smart man.
So he was found guilty.
Yeah.
In January 2023
by a jury of his peers
of other base dick grabbing, used to be able to suck your own dick porn stars.
Yes.
But the judge determined he was mentally unfit to stand trial.
Oh.
Due to an incurable neurocognitive decline. A hearing was scheduled for February 2023 on whether to transfer him to a state-run hospital, which he was committed to a state mental health facility in California after being found incompetent to stand trial on rape and other charges. Several of the women filed a lawsuit against the bar. The women alleged the employees that
for letting in a straight man.
Yes.
Yeah.
They knew that he was assaulting women there.
Oh.
And that they just kind of allowed him to do it because he's Ron Jeremy.
Because it's Ron.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
I guess he did it.
Also, he had sex with China in a porn.
Did he?
Yeah.
Fun.
He was playing Captain Lou Albano.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Did he kill her?
In the movie?
Yeah.
Did Captain Lou Albano kill somebody?
No, China died. I was wondering if he fucked her to death.
Oh. No, this was several years before she died.
Okay.
When she did Queen, I think it's called Queen of the Ring.
Mm.
Yeah, it's gross. Don't watch it unless you want to not have a boner. Okay. Where were we?
Rocco and his boss and the joke.
Oh, yeah, the joke. Well, we can't say the joke, so it doesn't matter.
We can't say the joke. It is my dad's second favorite thing in a movie ever.
Really?
Yes.
What's his number one?
He loves the joke. His number one is OR Scrubs.
Those are very differing levels of comedy.
Yes.
That are his 1 and 2.
Yeah. Wes Anderson and Troy Duffy.
And this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got, they're over there. And they're over there. I love a Coke. Yeah, we actually can't say the joke, but look it up. It's a good joke.
I do like that his boss corrects him a couple times. Ron Jeremy corrects him once.
Everyone in the room is saying, say it.
And then he's so uncomfortable, but he still says it.
The first time he does it. Yeah. When the boss does it, he's like, yeah, what you said. Yeah. And then Jeremy's like, say it. Say the line, Bart. And he's like, yeah.
Say the slur, Bart. Say the slur.
Yeah, so anyway, the beep.
Yeah. So I
just wrote down the joke all caps in my notes.
So now they break into the hotel. They've got their whole setup going. They climb into the air vents.
Yeah.
And then they get to a certain point where they kind of get stuck above the room.
Yeah. And they get into a fight.
They get into a fight with each other about what they're going to do. And they end up falling through the roof, which is where the rope comes into play.
Yep.
Because it gets tangled around them and it gets connected to, stuck in the vent.
Yeah.
So they fall down and they just,
they're hanging upside down.
Matrix style.
Yeah.
Spinning in a circle while shooting their guns.
Yeah. Every shot a hit.
Every shot's a hit.
Yeah.
You don't see the aftermath right away.
No.
Then you cut to Willem Dafoe laying in bed, and he gets a phone call. And
is he alone?
He's not alone.
Oh.
He's got a very adorable little twink with him.
Yeah.
Who I wrote, Jackie Lee's in this?
Shout out to Jackie Lee.
Shout out to Jackie. We love you, Jackie.
We love you, Jackie. Be a furry.
So he's talking on the phone to somebody. They're telling him about the murders, and then he hangs up and he pushes his gay friend off him, and he goes, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I wanted to cuddle." He's like, "Wanted to cuddle? What and then he says an F slur.
One of the all-time great F slurs.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
But it's fine because he's gay.
It is funny because he's gay.
That's fine. It's okay.
That one got quoted amongst my friends.
Yeah, ours too.
Chewy was a big fan of that line.
Justin Alexander Chunman.
Justin Alexander Chun Manchu. Big
Canceled.
Thing. Yep.
Cancel him.
I'm gonna get your kid taken out of the school that we went to.
Out of the private school that you go to that costs $1 million.
I can't imagine how much it is now.
I don't know.
I bet it's 30,000 a year.
I can see that.
Yeah. Because
I guess there's no way to find that, right?
Maybe there is. Let's have a look at current St. George's tuition.
Tuition and financial aid, St. George's School.
As per Google, $23,000 to $30,000 per year.
Day students, boarding students.
Boarding's obviously more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think day students are like pushing 30 grand. Yeah.
It's got listed as, this is financial aid. I don't want financial aid. Man, that's...
P.S. It wasn't 30 grand when I went there.
You don't say.
Yeah. If it was 30 grand when I went there, I wouldn't have gone there.
Day student tuition. Domestic International Junior School has 31,300 listed and 46,200 listed. And then senior school is 32,800 and 47,500.
Is the high one boarding, I guess?
No, because there's a different one for boarding. So I don't know.
So what's the range? Is it just based on race?
I don't know. Maybe.
Chinese students have to pay 47?
International Junior School. So whatever the fuck. I don't know. And then boarding school tuition, a Canadian student is 66,500.
A bargain.
An American/Mexican student.
Ooh.
We're lumping those together.
NAFTA. We're doing NAFTA.
$76,000.
And an
international student.
Which is what all of them are because I checked, now correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm gonna.
China is in neither the United States nor Mexico.
Correct.
Okay.
$90,000.
That's where the money is.
A year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and if you had to guess what yours was, do you know what it is, or would you have to guess?
I think around. I think it went up
under
some.
20?
Oh wait! Like 7 or 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like
under 10.
Actually, like a very reasonable amount to send somebody to an all boys private Catholic school where they touch your butts.
Yes. Even though it was like literally a quarter of the price it is now, my school, like my grade 2 to 12 school was cheaper than my university.
Right.
Yeah. Which is weird, but cool.
I went to public school, so I didn't pay for
Brag.
shit.
Yeah, but you had to go. But you had to go to school with girls.
Yeah.
So who wins?
And also, when I got boners at school, I wasn't ashamed of them. Unlike other people in this room.
Me neither.
Anyways, so now we get the second story of Willem Dafoe shows up at the place.
Yeah.
And we get to go through the whole him having the touch.
Yep.
And
he was touching up.
We get to see.
He makes fun of Dumb Cop for saying the word symbology.
Yes.
The word is symbolism. Symbolism. He's a real catty bitch.
But he's the best.
No, I love. Don't get me wrong. That wasn't a negative.
No. You see a lot of yourself in him.
We're pro catty bitch on this podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, he goes, does this whole thing, figures out what's going. Oh, sorry. We also missed that after they do the killings, they're still in the room and there's a knock on the door and it's Rocco.
It's Rocco in disguise.
In disguise because his boss has sent him there to kill these guys.
To kill them with a 6-shooter.
And there's nine guys in the room.
Yeah.
So he's been set up because the idea is that
he'll kill the boss and then get killed himself. Everybody wins.
The shooter's dead in the room, so they don't have to investigate. So what they do is they put their masks back on and they fuck with them. They
make him piss himself.
It's great. Yeah, he pisses himself. He's begging them. He's saying I'm here to help you. I'm your backup. And then they reveal to them whatever. And then they kind of convince him they were trying to have you killed. Yeah. You shouldn't be on their side.
No,
they would never.
They like me.
They like me. I'm the funny guy.
Yeah, I've been there for 18 years and I still live in a studio apartment with a crack whore. But my ticket's coming up.
Yeah. So
Also, another quotable line, like when they let him in on it, and then he can stop being petrified for a moment and like looks around at the 9 dead Russian mob bosses, and then what the fuck? How did you two fucking fuck? And then I think SPF says, well, it certainly illustrates the diversity of the word. That was like a quotable line. Yeah.
Yep. So now Defoe's like trying to figure out like what, these guys are all high level ones. The ones before were goons.
Yeah.
And so then they sort of kind of concoct this plan of like, well, we need to keep going with this. Like we've already started and people are going to come for you. Like we need to like sever the line.
Mm-hmm.
So is the next thing that they're going to kill Ron Jeremy? Spoiler alert for the thing we're about to talk about.
I think before that, when they're discussing it, they go back to Rocco's.
Oh yeah.
And have a discussion.
And the worst thing happens in the movie.
Have a discussion around the table, and Rocco's being a little wild cardy as he is wont to do, and they keep showing the cat on the kitchen table that they're all sitting around and like, oh yeah, they kill the cat.
A bad thing's about to happen.
So I fast forward to the part where the gun goes off. Rocco like pounds the table, the gun goes off, and just red spatter on the wall beside.
Can't even watch a fake cat get fake murdered.
But I did press play.
You coward.
I did press play at just the right time because there is a good joke afterwards. Because they're all in shock for a second.
Yeah.
And then and then Rocco goes, "Is it dead?"
That's pretty funny.
Then I think they go murder Ron Jeremy at a peep show.
They go murder Ron Jeremy at a peep show. Shocker.
Yeah.
Noted sex criminal Ron Jeremy.
Yep.
Dead. And then so when they have that reveal, when Ron Jeremy gets murdered, and Willem Dafoe comes and he's like, these ones are really good.
These are all good shots.
These are great shots.
These are all terrible shots.
Terrible shots. And then what you do is
because they let Rocco do some shots.
They let Rocco do some stuff, and you can see him like
crisscross applesauce.
And then when Willem Dafoe figures out, he kind of goes like, got a fucking cowboy.
Got a fucking cowboy.
Because doesn't he yell like Wyatt Earp, motherfucker?
He definitely yells Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp, motherfucker. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, very stupid.
Yeah. I think it was probably right after the dead cat. His crack whore girlfriend and her crack whore friend come home. And they're like, "Where's the cat?" And he screams at him, "Your cat's fucking dead." And then the girlfriend says something, and Rocco's had enough.
He's done with it.
Yeah, and he screams, "I can't buy a pack of smokes without running into 9 guys you fucked."
Yeah. Then he points the gun at his head and goes,
"I'll fucking kill myself.
I'll fucking blow my brains out right now if you can tell me the name of that fucking cat. Do it." And then they both just say Scruffy,
Sparky,
but like he doesn't know the name of the cat.
No, so but they also don't.
So he goes, fuck, what color was the fucking cat?
Jesus Christ.
So now the Italian mob boss that Rocco works for is like, he's in on all of this Russian shit.
Yeah.
And so he realizes that like somebody's trying to fucking kill people.
They're causing his organization a lot of problems.
Yeah. So they're gonna get the Baba Yaga.
Literally, yeah. Il Duce.
They're gonna get the boogeyman out of prison.
How?
By paying off the people to give him a pardon.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is, right?
I can remember.
They pay off like the right people to get him a pardon.
Because like because they show him like fucking Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, he's like in full
there's like 50 guards circling him with automatic weapons pointed at. Yeah. He's chained to everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So
they walk him out. They put him inside.
Break him out.
They walk in and put him inside a giant dome of like.
It's the TNA Thunderdome.
It is a Thunderdome. Yeah. So they put him inside that, and then he gets pardoned. And
sorry, that's not. It's not Thunderdome. Ultimate Escape.
Yes.
Is that what?
Ultimate Escape.
Yeah. The circular
homicide.
dome.
I've been one of these before. Do you want me to tell you how to get out of it? Bitch, I know how to climb out of a fucking cage.
I don't want to talk about it. It's too sad. Okay, I saw it live, and it's maybe the saddest thing I've ever seen on a wrestling show.
It is pretty sad.
Yeah.
So it's revealed that El Duce is Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
But you can tell, but you also can't tell. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't know who he is.
Mhm.
So he's like the most like notorious like assassin, hitman, killer that they only use under the most dire of circumstances.
And only use for internal murders.
Yes.
They like
Not political.
The Italian mob uses him as a last resort to kill other Italian mob people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so then why is he in prison? If it's all internal shit, how is he in prison? I don't know. Anyways, he gets out.
Yeah.
So the boys and
Rocco remembers another bad guy.
Yeah, and he's saying that it's the worst day of his life.
Yeah.
That it was this guy who didn't talk to him the entire car ride.
Yeah.
Went to a family's house and murdered the
And iced
entire
him.
family.
Yeah.
And the guy was just like a psychopath.
Yeah.
So he knows where he lives. So they're gonna go in and they're gonna like take him out. So they go in
because he hosts a poker game.
Hosts a poker game in his backyard or whatever.
Yeah.
They go in. Just so happens that guy goes to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just as they get there,
They kill everyone
So they
else.
kill all of his fucking friends, and then Rocco starts freaking out that the guy's not there.
Yeah.
But he was in the bathroom, heard everything going on, rips the towel rack off the wall, and then is gonna beat the shit out of them with it.
Yeah.
So he comes out. Rocco shoots him through the door. He comes out and hits him once with the towel rack, and then they start fighting. And Sean Patrick jumps on him to get him off, and Norman Reedus pulls him off and says like, no, let him do it. This is his guy.
Yeah.
And so then they just let Rocco like fumble and stumble his way through,
and he's kind of losing.
He's kind of losing for sure.
And they roll him a pool ball from the pool table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Bops him,
cracks him with it,
gets Rocco the advantage back, and we're good to go.
And we're good to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then now we show back to Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
And Willem Dafoe is like kind of like he's a little bit becoming unhinged now because the fact that there are no suspects and he can't find who it is kind of like getting to him.
Shirt is untucked, tie is loose.
Hair's a little messy.
Still a beautiful mane, don't get me wrong. But yeah,
a little messy. And so he's kind of like freaking out a little bit. And now we see like him breaking down the crime scene, but you're thinking like, okay, what's the crime scene?
We're like, what happened outside?
Because they're outside, right?
Yeah.
And so then what he says is they come outside and they got ambushed. Must have been 6 or 7 guys.
Yeah.
And then you see them come out of the room, the house. Then Billy Conley's on the street.
Just Il Duce.
And they just start like having this big gunfight.
Yeah.
Rocco gets his finger blown off.
And at the crime scene, dumb cop says, "What if it was one guy with 6 guns?"
I think that's after they show all of it, right?
Yeah, and Defoe tells him to fuck off, but it was the one time that dumb cop was right.
Was right, yeah.
Yeah.
So all this, they're getting shot. There's blood splatter everywhere. And then El Duce like disappears.
Yeah.
And then they start spraying ammonia like very like hurriedly.
Yeah.
They're grabbing all their stuff and they're spraying ammonia all over the blood on the walls.
Yeah.
And then when Defoe comes and then he says to like the forensic girl, like, why haven't you gotten a sample? And she goes, I can't really get a sample. And he goes over, wipes his fingers on it, smells it, and he goes,
it's fucking ammonia.
These fuckers use ammonia.
And he's flipping
and he
out.
just fucking loses it. He goes into the garden. He starts like throwing a fit.
Yeah.
And he finds Rocco's finger. But then he like pockets it.
Yeah.
And doesn't tell anybody. And so then the boys and Rocco like go back to the apartment or back to, I guess the apartment. They like try to clean up like Rocco's finger, all their wounds and whatever. What's the next thing that happens? Oh, they try to sneak into the boss's house,
and it goes bad,
and they get captured like right away
immediately
because they knew they were going to come.
Yeah, and kind of the thing with the movie as Defoe is like trying to figure them out through the crime scenes is like these guys like. They're not professionals.
No.
They have no idea what they're doing. They've just seen bad movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple references to like, that's something that happens in a bad TV movie.
So it's like a little bit meta.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sort of a Scream
Kinda.
type.
Yeah, kinda.
That kind of meta.
So Willem Dafoe like takes the finger home.
Yeah.
And he like goes to his like big, huge, complex 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s computer.
CRT computer monitor. Yeah.
Does the fingerprint scan. Nothing comes. Oh no. Rocco comes up, but it's an old picture of him.
And he's like, what?
And he's
kind of
like, what do I fucking know that
but he's
guy?
like, it can't be this fucking guy.
Yeah.
And then because like Rocco came into the police station and brought the guy's new clothes.
Yeah.
He's like,
so he has seen him before.
But he's like, no fucking way, this guy, low level mob dude. What?
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So then, they go to try and break into the actual mob boss's house, and they get captured. Then they get tied up in the basement.
Oh, the church confessional would be before that, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Defoe's drunk.
Yes.
He goes to the...
Yeah, cause he finds Rocco's fingerprint, then...
And thinks that, he's dead end. Like,
then gets wasted.
Yeah, gets wasted, goes to the church. But what they tell Rocco... So he does an interview on TV, and Rocco sees it and says kind of like, we should kill that guy. He knows.
And they're like, no, he's good.
He's a good guy. We don't kill the good guys.
Yeah.
And Rocco decides to take it upon himself to just do it anyways.
Yeah.
So there's a scene where he's in the confessional... The church is the priest is in the confessional. Rocco goes into the pew. The pews are the things.
Confessional.
Is it just called confessional?
Confessional booth.
A booth, yeah.
Yeah.
And gets behind the priest and kind of tells the priest like, don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill this guy, whatever. And then Sean Patrick punches through the other
next
side, grabs Rocco, pulls
and holds
his
the gun to
puts
him.
a gun on his head.
He's like,
and says,
don't do it.
You're not doing it.
Yeah.
So Defoe has this big moment where he's saying like, because he's having like the kind of crisis of not really faith because he's not religious, but like
like ethical, moral.
I'm supposed to put the bad guys away.
But, like these
but
are
what if
kind
the bad
of the
guys
good
are
guys.
killing the bad guys.
Yeah.
Do I just ignore it and let the bad guys kill the bad guys?
Yeah. And the priest was like, kind of,
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
He's like the laws of God are more important than the laws of man. So if they're killing bad guys, good for them.
Yeah.
And Defoe's like, deal.
I believe it.
And then somehow they get Defoe's card out of it.
Yes.
And they call and because they heard everything he said.
Yes.
So like, oh, Defoe's even cooler than we thought.
Yeah.
And they call him, and then they're all like on the same team.
Yeah. Which is very cool. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I couldn't really either.
They got.
Yeah.
I thought he was like secretly part of their little like their religious upbringing somehow. But like that's how I remembered it at least.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this makes more sense. Mm-hmm. So yes, that's all before they go to the house. They get kidnapped. They get tortured. They're trying to get them to tell them.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
And like who's on the list, who they're gonna get.
Yeah.
What they know, what they've done.
And
blah, blah,
and
blah.
like they're not talking.
Yeah.
So the main boss guy is just like, fucking, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, if they're not going to talk, I know what to do. Goes in, fucking blows Rocco
Blasts
away.
Rocco, dunzo.
Dunzo, they freak out about it, then they just, like, leave them there chained up, but then they break out, and in a very, like, gruesome way, like, Sean Patrick has to, like, essentially break Norman Reedus's hand by kicking him.
Yeah, he's in one chair kicking his hands in the other chair.
To get his hand out of the cuffs. And then a guy comes in, they kill him, they start trying to kill, they kill him, and then Il Duce comes to like finish the job.
Well, first we need Willem's part in the
that's right.
in the operation, which is very important.
Very important, and definitely would work.
Relating to this, I wrote my mistake. Willem is solidly back on the side of hot and not weird.
I like the most passable in sarcasm in drag Willem.
Fools everyone.
Well, fools got the front door.
He's like, oh, this is some of the sweetest pussy I've ever seen.
Yeah, this 5 o'clock natural 5 o'clock shadow
with the craziest jawline in history,
ghoulish face, terrible teeth, googly-eyed woman is gonna lay me. I better let her into my boss's fortress.
Yeah.
Brings her in, tries to fuck Willem Dafoe and drag.
Wig falls off.
Go kicks
time.
him in the dick. Whatever. Puts the wig back on.
Yep.
Because why not?
Mm-hmm.
It's if there's one thing I know from 1999, gay men and transsexuals,
same thing.
No difference.
Yep. A lot of people don't remember that it wasn't always LGBTQ. It used to just be G or 5Gs.
5G. That's how you get COVID. That's how
shit.
COVID started. It was 5G.
5 gay guys.
5 gay guys. Fucking a penguin.
5 gay guys at a fucking lab in Wuhan.
Randy Marsh and Mickey Mouse. No. Yeah. Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
You got it.
So Il Duce comes to finish the job, and the boys have like knelt down in front of Rocco's body, and they're saying the prayer.
Yeah, and they've been doing this when they obviously can't do it in heat of the moment kills, but when they're like down to one guy, they like get him on his knees, say the family prayer, and double tap him.
Yeah. So
then put coins on his eyes.
Coins on his eyes. This is for the ferryman.
Yeah.
And Il Duce hears that.
He's like, hold up.
And he goes, wait, my boys.
These are the boys I didn't recognize and who didn't recognize me, but we both know the prayer.
But he's been in prison for 20 years.
Shut up!
So the last time you would have seen them, they were like 5.
I guess.
So that makes sense.
I'm still mad.
I mean, their dad would have looked somewhat the same, but not like long white hair, big white beard, and be in his 70s.
He didn't used to be Santa.
And they weren't 30. So it makes sense, but I get what you're saying. Like, how would you not recognize your dad, but they were children?
But yeah, they haven't like kept up on him at all.
I don't know. Well,
it seems like he taught them very well.
They might not even know that that's their dad at first. Like, like that their dad is in prison. They might think their dad's dead or
seems like
just
a thing
not
they should
around.
Know.
Well, who's there to tell them? They don't have family.
I guess
it's just each other. It's just these twin boys.
I suppose so.
Yeah. So he sees them do the prayer. He kind of says, like, oh, my boys, like, I've taught you so well. And then you cut forward to
like a few months
later, and there's like a pre-trial sort of like, they've got the mob boss guy who was Rocco's boss, and he's in the courtroom, and you've got all of his family and all the families of the victims that have been killed through, his being a mob boss.
Yeah. And he's on the stand, and he's just like Donald Trumping it up there. He's crushing.
Yeah, but not as cool as that.
He's not as cool, but he's
not made of Teflon.
Doesn't care.
Smooth
as hell.
Yeah, he's like talking like,
I was
at my mom's house.
And then his mom, who's up on the second floor. Mwah, my boy. Manja.
Yeah, so he's in the courtroom, and he's like, they're going through all the proceedings, and then the boys and their dad just come busting in.
Yeah, and Defoe gets them in, and they just toss their stuff over the metal detector.
That's how it works.
Which seems like a real security gap, but. And then, they're like, hey, everybody, this is us. We're the Boondock Saints, and we're going to murder this guy.
Yeah,
and then murder a bunch more people.
They make everybody stay and watch.
Yeah.
And then
even the lady who didn't want to.
Even the lady who didn't want to, but because she needs to see it.
Yep.
And then they blow his brains out.
Yep.
And then outside the courthouse, there's all the media and stuff, and they're like, what did you see? And then they're like, these vigilantes of justice. And then I thought it was kind of like there's one funny thing in the credits.
I hope it's the same thing I have.
Because they're showing them interviewing a bunch of people around town about these Boondock Saints, and it's like kind of like all the people's differing opinions on the argument of they're vigilantes, and so they're killing the bad guys, so we should let them. And they're like, no, they're criminals, and they shouldn't be above the law.
These guys are awesome. They're in it for the publicity.
Every city should have one of the.
I think they're bad. I think they're good. Yeah.
Is your comment also the guy that said no comment?
Oh, that guy's cool.
Yeah, just straight up, no comment.
Yeah,
no opinion either way. Doesn't want to be interviewed.
Yeah, not into it. No, but my guy was gay black guy who wants to get busy.
Yeah, yeah.
Sign me up. I'll get busy. I will get busy.
I'll get up in that.
Yeah,
give me them goods.
That's my guy.
Give me them goods.
Yeah, he appears halfway through the closing credits and is my favorite character in the movie. And that's the Boondock Saints.
That is the Boondock Saints.
Yeah, so it is probably not as cool as I remembered it, although I completely understand why.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool. This is a Glengarry, Glen Ross level of man to woman ratio in a movie.
Yeah, and the only two bitches are annoying drug addicts.
I get why it was so dude, it's a dudes rock movie.
It's a dudes rock movie.
Huge dudes rock movie. Even though one of the dudes is gay. It's still rocking.
That's true.
Here's what gay dudes. Don't feel like you can't rock. Dudes rocking is not hetero exclusive.
Has nothing to do with sexual orientation.
Yeah.
Has everything to do with XX or XY.
That's the end of the show.